Hey!
Where's Michael?
Well, you know, he's done fucked off is what he's done.
He done fucked up.
He's got other shit to do. You know, we're not as important to him as we used to be. He's got places to be.
Shag.
Occupy Mars. That's a Greg Miller.
But anyways, yeah, hey, hi, off topic.
Off topic. I'm right here with this is...
Hi, I'm Jeremy.
I'm Trevor.
You're not, Geoff.
I'm better. You know it.
And we're off topic.
What's up, everybody? We got Greg Miller in the house.
Hi, everybody.
How's it going, man?
Good.
Internet's Greg Miller.
How are you?
Good.
Hey, they spelled it right this time. Is that that's your tag? Game over, Greg.
They spelled it wrong last time?
They've
Well,
misspelled
Jack-
it.
Don't point it out. No.
Oh,
Great.
yeah,
things
okay.
are
Everything's
perfect all the time.
perfect material.
What's up,
Yeah.
Internet? How are you guys doing today? I've been on off topic in a while.
Yeah, you've been going.
Oh, did we say who we're sponsored by this week?
We're sponsored by MeUndies and Warby
Sprinkling
Burger.
down. There you go.
There we go.
That's how to make yourself look and feel good.
And
in terms
boxes,
of your
apparently.
dress.
Occupy Mars.
And UPS.
Yes.
The good people over at FedEx.
Yeah, why'd you bring those boxes over, Jack? You just saw them.
We have a stack of shit over in the AWU
No,
area.
Jack, we still need stuff.
So, if you want to send us stuff, Achievement Hunter /AWU, 1901 East 51st Street, Austin, Texas 78723. But these two
He's
are over there, and I
scraping off the
figured I'd
top.
grab them and just be like, hey, what's
They're
I'm
mysteriously
already excited
shaped.
about what I can see.
Right.
if
You're
let's,
playing
like,
a dangerous game
let's
with
open-
Yeah, I know. Trust me. What is the worst that could happen with this water bottle? Something to the brim and this giant
The
thing
worst
that
thing that can happen is
obstructs
broadcast gets
So I guess
clean.
what? We'll open that one right now and then open that one up
like
later.
already halfway.
I
Christmas.
mean, he couldn't help himself.
I already have an idea
He's
of what's
already
in that. There was
wrist
all in
deep.
there.
Oh no!
Well,
you doing?
Is it
Break it? Is it
Try this
broken?
one. Try this one.
Did Michael go away and break it?
Oop, that one.
Bam!
It wouldn't
Ooh,
surprise
there it
me
is.
if he
I
took
wanna
the
move
cake
away
with
from
him. Can we
Let
say
you
what
see
he's
it.
doing? People know what he's doing,
He's filming
right?
Laser Team 2.
Yeah, there you go.
I wonder.
heard of
What
it.
could he be doing?
I mean, it's
you
not.
go.
It's,
Thank you.
We're making
Yeah.
the movie and then someone Captain Michael.
A screw attack glass. Gross.
Sorry, yeah.
At least it's not game attack.
Yeah.
Silly!
Hey, there it went.
All right, here we go. Ready for this?
Yes, do it.
Whoa!
We got another one.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like
so
the
we-
Mammoth 2. Oh,
we have-
Mastodon. There
So
it
we
is.
have one of these in the office, and I told Ryan. I told Library
crap.
that all I want to do is hold one in each
Oh,
hand.
yeah.
Just go. Ah!
Well, now you can.
Now I can.
Here, Jeremy, let's get it together.
Was this
Beer
one?
gone.
Is this one a gun too, you think?
I don't know.
You know
We'll
what?
find
Grab
out.
it. Open that box.
That's
Who's
why
the
the
problem?
battery's
Is there a name on it? Make sure there's a name on it.
This one is from Amazon Fulfillment. Thank you so much,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Fulfillment.
Okay.
Thank you,
Um,
Mrs. Fulfillment.
For
sending us a
audio
lot.
listeners,
They've been sending us stuff for
what
years.
just happened is we had a couple boxes, and we opened a lot of shit on AWU. You've probably seen it. And so someone sent us. We're actually going to show
Oh.
you.
Actually, Jeremy.
Oh!
It says, "Hey, Jeremy."
Oh.
On Desk
Is
Stream.
Wow, that's actually really
that's
fucking
awesome.
That
cool.
murderous Assassin's
what?
Creed
That
Syndicate
recently?
came.
Yes.
Cane sword.
So
Yeah.
on the stream
Oh, hold on
on
a second.
Wednesday, you said you wanted to. Bam! Someone
That's
sent you
why.
another.
This
Wow.
is on the Wednesday stream where I said I wanted
Who-
to.
who was it?
Must have, like Prime Amazon
I has
Prime is
pillow.
over.
Wow. From
Oh wait,
Sultan.
I has pillow.
Thank you, Sultan.
Oh, Sultan, he's been in our streams.
I has, yeah.
I has pillow.
All right, and also Liz says, "Dear Achievement Hunter, Jack, particularly been a fan too many years to count. Thank you for all your content. Keep up being entertaining fucks. Enjoy and wreck some havoc with love, Liz Meehan. Thank you very much
Love you.
for the cane sword.
Looks like you're making
That
a
looks
diamond.
fun.
No, it's a heart.
Why do you do it that
So,
way? All right.
Greg,
Yeah.
how are you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. How are you?
It's like
I'm
a
well.
fat.
Well, I
It's
mean,
like a
then
heart
you're-
with
then
The
you're
larger
making it
podcast, we
wrong.
have two conversations.
That's
Mine's
fine. Everyone loves that.
perfect.
Kids love that.
For audio, yeah.
Layering audio.
Yeah.
Mike, our audio guy, he loves that.
Anyways, yeah, so he sent another, you can see it on the live stream because the live stream's up for our Destiny.
Ooh.
And it's called the Mastodon. It's a Nerf gun. Jesus Christ.
Is that bad? Is that bad for audio?
That's good.
God.
I love that. That's good.
Someone. Okay.
And yeah, it fires, how many, 20?
24?
24.
24 rounds of like the hefty
Did the other
Nerf
one
guns that are
have
annoying
this?
as fuck.
A strap
Yeah,
to-
they have straps.
Just
He just didn't bother.
here,
And it
strap
also
on.
takes 6D batteries.
Which is the
60
entire
batteries.
weight of the device.
Wow, that's a lot of batteries.
The rest
So-
of it weighs like 3 ounces.
Oh, so we can't shoot it on the thing?
Well,
Ryan,
wait, we need-
you've done this wrong.
How have I done
It has
this
to go
wrong?
on this
How are you
first.
gonna put this? How can
know.
you possibly put that on?
I don't know how this works, dude.
You
This
gotta
is my
take
first
it apart.
Mastodon, okay? They've been extinct for
You
years.
never forget your first Mastodon,
You
they
don't,
say.
yeah.
So before we,
You won't walk straight after you use that
right
one.
before we started streaming, Trevor was pointing out, he was like, "Oh, brown hair Jeremy is back." Like,
No, he's back.
So
check it out.
yesterday when I went to go get a haircut, like pretty late at night, this like
Where did you go late at
I was
night
gonna
for
say,
a
does that
haircut?
play into the
It's late
story?
at-
Like
No,
the
it's
barber's
haircuts,
drunk
haircuts.
too?
There was
not
a
late-
guy in an
not
alley
late
with
at
a
night.
trench coat with some
7:30.
scissors.
7:30 is not late at night, but it was, you know, it was later
Sure.
after dinner.
Old man Jeremy.
That wasn't impressive as I thought it was gonna be.
So I went to the place. First off, there was some dude there that pulled up out front and parked his Jeep. The worst I've ever seen a human being park a car. It was like he pulled halfway into the spot and was then hanging diagonally out of the front.
So was he taking all 4 spots?
He was taking up 2 spots.
Wow.
But like, could have pulled 5, 6 feet further in.
Could he have though?
And I feel walked in and was like, "Hey, can I get a haircut?" And they were like, you know, it's kind of late, but so we might have to do it another time." He's like, "Oh, okay." And he walked out and then just walked across the street and left his car there. and so the guy cutting my hair was just like, I don't know. I've never encountered something like this before. I don't know how to handle it.
I gotta call the manager. I don't know what's going on.
He was like, I just don't understand. Does he know that he's done this?
I feel like I've seen a lot of trucks of varying sizes in Texas do that, where they just like, my truck's huge. I need
deserve
2
it.
spaces.
You know what?
Oh, you know what?
I've
earned
I
this.
spent this money on this truck. I deserve 3 spaces.
And so they're like hanging out into the road or like over the line, and I'm like, you're just a normal sized truck. You could fit in the space, but what can you do?
So then I told the guy, I'm like, yeah, I want like half an inch off the top or something like that, because I knew it would have looked like green frosted tips at that
just
point.
like
and I was like, that's fine, we'll see how it looks. If I want more off, I'll get it off. And he just kept
So you don't want the green, huh?
He started, and then he just kept going because he got really into his conversation about Trump, and was just like...
About Trump?
Oh my god, and he was just going off. He was like, they assassinated JFK, why can't they go after Trump?
Fucking
What an
hell.
unusual conversation.
I was just sitting
He's
there
like, you know what? I'm not done.
okay,
I'm gonna start with another layer.
I was like, I don't like him either, but you know...
He's like, shouldn't be talking about murdering him, though.
Take
You
your
know?
cell phone and throw it across the
Not
room.
that I wish that on anyone.
I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
We have
just
legal
saying.
recourse before doing a giant conspiracy
oh
to
my
murder.
God,
Do you think
I
he was trying to program you or something?
I was
like
just
it was
like-
the hypnotic sounds of the scissors. He was like, "Yes, Trump should be dead."
I was like, all right, like I just wanted it to be over, and he was so specific about everything he did. Like, and then even after he was done, he's like, all right, looks good. And like dry my hair and stuff. And he goes, no, I don't like that. And like wet it again, and went back in and
It
started
doesn't
going,
matter what he
I
likes.
was like, it's already all gone. Like you've gotten rid of all of it. Like, please.
Yeah, that's
God,
the worst.
weird.
Perfectionist.
That's the worst when you
thing.
get like a hairstylist or somebody who's like, who's putting their preferences into your hair. You're like, please,
they are the
just do
professionals.
this and this,
Exactly. They get
and
paid
then,
to do that, so.
well, like, yeah, okay.
I know there's no
Saying.
batteries in it, but
Where does
it
this
still
one
makes
go?
me. It like clips on under this thing.
Oh,
To
okay.
protect your fingers from the rolling
The
cage.
mastodon.
It's so it's so you don't put it down on the other
Got
way.
it.
Yeah, it's so you don't put it down on the clip. I think.
I see.
There it is.
Yeah.
There we
all
go.
together.
I do it blindfolded. Strip it, reassemble.
This is my gun. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
There are many
Speaking of
Mastodon,
that,
so this is my Mastodon. Sent from an Amazon fulfillment center.
Without me, my gun is useless. Without my gun, I am useless.
One-handed.
Now
really
he's
And,
makes
there,
it
and it's
slow.
done. It's assembled. We
Yeah.
don't have the million
The batteries are
batteries.
bad.
It's already heavy.
It's
without
already
that.
heavy, and then you put 6 D batteries in it,
Oh,
and you're just like.
that's how you crack a wrist right there.
Gavin was awesome trying to do it.
Oh, yeah.
He was
Swung it up and then.
trying to hold it, and his wrist just like. just had nothing there. But
actually a pretty
man,
normal
speaking of
level
doing
of
that, School
garbage.
Season 2 just.
It's
Our episode
partially
came
up.
out.
We got a tweet about that today.
Oh, yeah.
We do have to tweet about that.
You lost
Yeah,
your
I
eye.
fucked up my sponsored tweet.
Did you really?
I did.
Nice. Yeah, so we have episode 3 of Schooled season 2 came out this week. A lot of fun. Last week was Michael and I. This week is you and Ryan.
Which was like, it was just like you making
well-
your kid clean your desk.
Oh yeah, I know. I said
All right, slave labor. Let's see if you
Zen.
can do
pretty much
it.
what it was. It was Zen Balance clean my desk.
What
That
else
was
are
mine.
kids for?
Yeah, exactly.
And by cleaning your desk, you mean put all that shit on
Yeah,
mine.
yeah. It was literally like take all the shit off my desk, put it on Ryan's desk, and stack it up tall. I'm sad we never saw because she built this elegant tower. So like, if you've seen the episode, like Alexa is my kid. She's awesome, and she like made this like those Zen rocks things.
Yeah.
She did that with like computer stuff on Ryan's desk, and you only see like the top of it when I walked into the office. But she made it herself. Like it wasn't like the PAs or anyone.
Sure.
She did it herself, and I just made a
The
huge
best
mess
part
on
of
Ryan's
that
desk.
was I fucking walked in for my call time because we were gonna shoot I think a challenge or something too. And they're like, "Oh, Ryan, could you set up, the thing on the main TV?" And I just walked over to my desk and just covered the shit. You've kind of made that a little difficult for me at the moment.
It was pretty
Zen
awesome.
balance, dude. That was at you. I love how genuine they leave that show. Like,
Yeah.
like I was nervous because there was times that you could consider bloopers in the thing that I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's a shame that this isn't gonna make it in. But then they didn't give a shit. They're like, we're leaving all that in. Like Millie was like kicking desks and shit, and like one of her first kick doesn't go through. Like she didn't do it, and they left that in. Like,
Nice.
Her kicking it, being like, what?
Yeah, I like that they're very like the show. It's serious, but not too serious. It has like the Achievement Hunter kind of flair to it. It's really really cool, dude. I gotta say, so Alexa, my kid, she made so.
It keeps freaking me out when you say my kid. By the way,
Well, she was,
I understand the concept.
my
of the
mentee.
show.
It's mine now.
My
Yeah.
mentee.
It's all right.
So
I've been asleep for like 5 years. Katie had a kid.
so she was cleaning my desk. That was the whole thing.
Yeah.
She had to clean my desk, and so she took all the stuff off of it, cleaned it up, made it look really nice, put it on Ryan's desk, and then we did our whole bit. I got a package 2 weeks ago, and it was a mug with like pictures of us that she had gotten made, which is adorable, a really cute note. And then in the note was a $20 bill, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Huh?
And she said when she cleaned my desk, my $20 gambling money was in my thing, and she took it and pocketed it because they told her to, and she forgot about it.
Sure, they told her
So
to.
she
What have
felt
you done?
guilty, so she mailed it back. Oh,
Wow.
Jeremy.
Just close it. Come on. Don't
nothing
gavin
there.
it.
Oh yeah, it's empty. I think I got the last of it here. So.
Oh man.
The dribbles.
So anyway, so she mailed my $20 back to me, which
That's
is
sweet.
super, super adorable. And
Yeah.
so,
Well, I like that she's already wrangling for a job, right? She's like,
Oh, yeah,
saying,
yeah.
don't forget me. Here's this coffee mug with my face on.
Most of
It was
those
weird.
kids
On the
could
back of it
outperform
was a
us.
resume.
Yeah, dude, all those kids are more talented than us.
They're awesome.
They're hard workers and really, really funny and good kids. So, anyway, you should watch School Season 2 on YouTube.com.
Ryan and I will be tweeting about it
I'm
later
sure
today.
therell be a tweet soon.
It won't be fucked up.
Directing you.
From us.
No,
I bet
it's
it- no,
probably not. This one was just a quote tweet, I think.
Yeah.
It's a quote tweet.
So
So,
Greg-
and it'll say like hashtag ad, hashtag bring it on.
Greg Miller,
Yeah.
you stole one of our employees, you son
I
of a
did.
bitch.
I took Andy Cortez right
Andy
out from under
Cortez.
you.
Why would you
Fuck
say-
you, Bernie.
That was my favorite other employee.
Yeah, I know.
He's a funny dude.
We made
so-
him and we can take him. That's what we say. You know
Is that
what I
what it
mean?
is?
Because he came from our. He was, Andy popped up a long time ago back when I just started doing Twitch on my own. It was just Game Over Greggy, and so he was a big member of the Kind of Funny community from the start. He had actually done so many of our shirts. He still does design shirts now. He'll design more.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's an artiste.
Exactly. And so that's
There
him
he
right
is.
there. That's him right
Aw.
there. And so a long time
Andy.
ago he told us
In a
he was
bathroom.
applying for a job at Rooster Teeth. So we all put in a good word for him and you hired him.
Yay.
And then his
Despite
break
your good word, yeah.
Exactly. Well, I didn't say anything. Tim said something. When Tim says something, people at Rooster Teeth listen. I say something like, oh, fuck off. But yeah, and then it was that funny thing of when I came here and did Free Play 500, we...
It just started.
Just hissing.
It just started going.
Anyway, hiss at you if you're not careful.
It's a snake pass integration. When I came down to Free Play 500, we needed a Kind of Funny partner for that team, and Andy was the closest second Kind of Funny person around, so we brought him in, and that's when we really met all of you. You know what I mean? Like that was the time where everybody's like, "Oh wait, that kid's cool," and then we started talking about stealing him, and then he started getting really popular here and being on shows. Like, fuck, get him, sign the contract, get him out of there before he knows he can do better.
He gave an extra life last year with the games team. So the games team had like a 2-hour block or a 1-hour block to just do whatever they wanted during extra life.
Yeah.
And those guys killed it, and he was definitely leading the charge of that. Like he is down for anything. So
Yeah, no, he's awesome.
I love the idea of seeing him more on camera and stuff. What is he gonna be doing over there?
So we're bringing him over as an editor, like to act, the main thing that we've learned from being. Well, I mean, you guys know how this, right?
He'll
Like,
just kinda
whatever
sit
you're
around.
hired for in a YouTube company, that ain't gonna be what you're fucking
Real
doing.
gray zone.
No, we're bringing him over as an editor because the one thing we've taken from joining the Let's Play family and everything else is like we want to do better Let's Plays because we don't really do them. We do Let's Plays in the way we were raised, which is like IGN. So it's like, hey everybody, I'm playing this game. Let me tell you about it. Let me show you why this game's cool. And then like when we do the breakout ones where we do something like Battlefield 1 with you guys, we have so much fun doing that, and the audience like that's what we wanted to see. And so for 2017 with Kind of Funny, we talked about it being the year of community and really listening to what they wanted. We hired a community manager. We're hiring from the community, both the community manager and Andy. And so it's that thing of, let's bring him in. He's got great comedic timing. He knows what's going on, and that way we can do the complicated Let's Plays and just drop the fucking drives on his desk.
Nice.
But of course, he'll be on the morning show and he'll be on Game Over Greggy next week and stuff to introduce himself.
Cool,
But
cool.
To be very clear to everyone out there, he's not replacing Colin. Everyone, calm the fuck down.
Yeah. Oh well. I mean,
Jesus!
that's gonna be fucking unavoidable.
Yeah, I know.
Take
you
it
know
from
how
me.
it is.
I heard about the Indie thing like about a month ago. Like you guys been working on this for a while. The transition's been
Dude, we
happening
started
for a
like
long time.
November because that was the
Yeah.
thing of like it had been conversations of like we'd like to bring you over to keep doing shirts, to do more stuff with us, to edit the Let's Plays. Are you okay with that? And then talking to him about it, and then it was like, all right, cool. Let's start at the top and start working our way back. Of like, are you guys? Is it going to be a thing if we bring him? Because it's a weird thing that we knew him before you technically. Fuck, we were his
you're
first
dropping that
girlfriend.
card.
All right, you know what I mean?
All right.
Coming back up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been trying to steal him away from Texas, of course, hard.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, a little bit more expensive in San Francisco.
Just
so
a tad.
Hope you guys
but
pay.
we're not paying him more.
I was saying, hope you're paying more than we do.
Don't
He took
take
it
your
for
nuts.
less just to get away from us.
Keep that salary cap low.
Yeah.
So nice, cool. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah, we're super excited. You know what I mean? Like he's since Kevin, our first full-time hire, and he's also the first full-time hire where it's like, oh, you're moving across the country, like. You believe in this so much that because before when it's all a bunch of us, we quit our jobs and we're stealing Kevin. Great, no big deal. We're hiring a part-time community manager, no big deal. But you're changing everything for us. Like we better not fuck this up.
Yeah. Now you got lives dependent on you.
Exactly, right?
I mean, like other people's lives.
Yeah, fuck my life. I don't care.
Yeah, no one gives a shit about that.
I fuck up. We fuck up kind of funny. I just jump off a bridge. No big deal.
There you go. So, just
You're
don't take the
in
golden
San Francisco,
parachute.
you could probably
There's
find
tons of them.
You can find somewhere.
One less of those in Atlanta. Did you guys hear about fucking I-85 burning down?
Oh yeah, what
What
happened?
the hell was that?
It's like 6 lanes of a road just fell apart.
Yeah.
Right?
It collapsed. Yeah, no,
Wow.
there's apparently. So they were saying that there were, what I've heard, because
Here come the
they're
quotes, here come the
angry
quotes.
people on the internet, right? So they're
Fake
like,
news.
fucking Department of Transport or something storing PVC under the bridge, and it caught fire.
Okay.
Which PVC, it's plastic, so it's
Yeah.
a petroleum product. It's a little hard to spark it, but once it goes, it
It goes.
fucking goes. And it ignited and just burned and burned and burned. They kept trying to put it out, but it eventually just collapsed a section of 85.
Wow.
Which is one of the major ways you get north and south in Georgia. It's
Not anymore.
Atlanta is
Now it's
fucked.
just south.
Atlanta might as well
Yeah.
just turn
Just find a
itself
ramp.
off because it's done. It already sucked to
Jeez.
drive there. Now you just can't get north or south.
That'd be like if 35 burned apart in Austin.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
God.
Yeah, I mean,
We'd be
35.
done.
There's other ways to get around Austin though without 35. But I mean, like
a helicopter.
But if the Golden Gate just crushed,
Sure.
fell,
Yeah.
like Marion County, you're screwed. Like
Yeah,
there's,
no,
I mean, there's no.
that,
super-
and that's not that the falling apart part, but they've closed, the Bay Bridge or whatever, and then it gets fucks up everything for everybody.
Yeah. Oh man.
So, fuck that.
Bridges don't live anywhere.
Yeah.
on the
Fuck
bridge,
you, fire.
Right.
You remember
Or
those
roads.
Remember those monkeys
Yeah.
attacked the Golden Gate Bridge, and
Yeah.
then when the
Magneto picked it up and spun
Yeah,
it around.
yeah,
that was
Terminator
really
showed up and crashed it.
But somehow you guys manage.
We put it back
You're
together. every time.
resilient.
Resilient people in
Yeah,
San Francisco, yeah.
I think a drill fell in it one time too.
A drill?
Yeah, Star Trek.
The Enterprise, yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You just missed it, maybe.
Yeah.
It hit San Francisco, I think.
Yeah.
Same with Godzilla.
Yeah.
A giant
Fucking
Pac-Man?
hate San Francisco.
Yeah.
And then a plane
Fucking
flew under it, and Sean
Liberal
Connery was
mess
there.
needs to be eradicated by Hollywood.
Oh man. So yeah. Also, if you're on Twitter right now, you can use the hashtag #AHOffTopic or off topic AH. Excuse me.
I've got it up. Jack's got it up.
I've got it up here. So if anything interesting happens, we'll make sure.
refuse.
Jeff's still dead. Jeff's still dead.
Yeah, dead.
Still dead.
Dead, gone.
There
Magical.
was a real sad exchange.
We
the
just
other
killed
day
off Gavin
with
and Michael.
Jeff's ghost.
Well,
Oh,
Gavin and
yeah?
Michael are now gone too.
Yeah,
So
This is Achievement Hunter.
yeah.
basically, yeah.
Right here, including Greg.
Just
Yeah.
cook
What,
it.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trading you. You didn't
Sorry,
know
Andy.
You got Andy and we got you, yeah.
that. But
the next however long. That being said, I mean, not that Gavin wasn't in it, but today and yesterday we recorded 2 of the videos I've laughed the hardest in recently.
dude, the ending of a video we just shot now. I'll just say it was in Ghost Recon.
It wasn't Ghost
Wildlands.
Recon, yeah.
I don't know when it's coming out, but it's a sponsored video too. But it's amazing. The ending.
Sponsor,
of it,
I'm gonna click off it.
it was one of those things where
What did
like,
you think?
When is enough money enough for you? Achievement Hunter.
we did this mission. We thought like, okay, once we finished this part of the mission, we were done. But then it's like, oh no, there's a second part. We had like 15 minutes before we had to be here.
Yeah.
And then we managed to finish the second half of the mission in a matter of just a minute
it's
or two.
so
Yeah.
worth watching.
But the ending of it is great.
It's great. And then yesterday we recorded a Let's Watch in Zelda.
Oh.
Which is the biggest
man.
train wreck we've ever
Oh, yeah.
It was
God,
so
what
Well,
happened?
here's the problem. Okay,
Gavin
so
got mad at Ryan. It was funny.
did he get mad at me?
I don't think he was.
Kinda.
I don't think he was full. Oh well, okay. He was mad about the webcam thing.
The webcam.
Oh
thing.
yeah. No.
So what happened?
Well, no. Michael's gone. So Michael was the one that was doing the Let's Watch series. He was the one playing, and Gavin was the next likely target to be the player. But
Target, yeah. This is your problem now.
he's done fucked off.
Right.
So
Okay.
it fell on to me to do it, and I had to relearn how to play the game and haven't seen the last couple Let's Watches, so I didn't know what the hell was going on. And in the middle of that, Matt was like, "Oh, let's just go fight one of the divine beasts."
Oh, sure, why not?
Right.
Which we
Oh,
didn't
no.
even make it. By the end of the video, we just got to it.
We got to it.
Because the
God,
trek between where we started and the divine beast was fraught with peril.
That being said, also we did a trial on the way.
we did.
You did
That is one of my favorite things about the game, though. It's like, oh, that's a really cool thing over there. I'm gonna go, and you spend all night,
Yep.
up till 5 a.m. getting to that place
Yeah.
because
You're branched off to the
yeah,
side.
you see
this happens,
shrines, you see
something
this,
else,
yeah, you see
climb
a
that.
fairy fountain, whatever. There's so many things.
The fate of Epona.
Oh God, what happened?
Oh my God!
I had a horse.
We don't want to spoil it.
They'll
but-
find out
Michael
next
might be
Thursday.
upset over the save game.
Thursday for
it's-
first, I think.
So
right?
the reason Gavin got all like hissy is because we were filming our webcam using what program is it?
So he swears that Microsoft Camera is better for the webcams, which I will say it does provide a better frame rate with some of those webcams, but it also you can't control them for shit.
Yeah.
So I'm watching the webcam every now and again, mostly so my gut's not hanging out, and so
Suck it in.
I was like,
As it does sometimes.
it does if
pops out
I get too
immediately.
relaxed. So I was like, I looked over, I kept glancing over, and I looked over at one point to make sure like everyone was still framed up, that I hadn't like spun out of frame, and we were all frozen. And so, I make some joke like, "Oh wow, we're sitting real still." This is like 25 minutes in.
No, this is
God.
like 40 minutes in.
It was 35.
35 minutes in.
so
So
halfway.
Just somewhere in
and
the middle
so
there.
the webcam had frozen, but I knew because I kept looking over that it had only done it for a couple minutes, you know, like at most. And so Ryan goes, "Oh, well, that's a shame." And he goes to the window, and the timer's still going up.
Yeah.
And he just X's out of it. He doesn't end the
closes it.
recording or anything. He just clicks X.
Madman.
And
Gavin's lost his mind.
He's like, "Why would you do that? You
It was
clicked
frozen.
X."
I don't care. I got shit to do. I'm playing the game.
I got shit.
That's what Ryan was doing. He was like,
goes,
"Ah, who
"Ah,
cares?
whatever."
Who watches the webcam anyways? Fuck it." And like,
Just a let's
we
watch.
found out
no
at the
big
end
deal.
that we got it.
It's
We
still there.
We
Yeah,
still
we still have it.
Yeah.
But like, just that reaction of it is so.
That's always the most demoralizing thing about the jobs we do. When you look over and like you've been going forever and just one thing isn't working, you're like,
Oh,
The audio's not recording.
Especially if it's like
Exactly.
it's
the
brutal.
greatest recording. You're like, oh, that's going to be an amazing video.
Yep.
You go to the recording and it's like, oh, it's the first frame for 40 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
We had Pete Hines from Bethesda come in and do an hour and 45-minute Gamescast with us. It
Yeah.
was awesome. We were in the weeds, and he was being super open about everything. And we ended, and he left, and we recorded ads. And Kevin gave me the ad, and I put the ad in to edit it. And I was like, "There's no audio on this ad." And it was our audio on the show we did before the Pete Hines one, and I put that on. I was like, "Yeah." And then we went back and no audio on the Pete Hines thing.
Oh.
And I had to hit him up and be
Damn.
like, "Hey, dude, like." This is the first time this has ever happened. It's like it's totally like
Well,
we're
yeah,
in
yeah,
bed.
like, I'm
this
never
never
going back.
happens.
Yeah.
This never happens.
It's
Like,
weird.
weird.
Great.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
And so he came back the next day and did a one-on-one with me, but it was like we were like, what the
Damn.
fuck?
No. And then you try to like recapture that spirit and that energy. and it's just like, no,
Yeah.
nothing's worse than that. Yeah, nothing is worse than like when you're playing, you're really into it, something cool happens, look up, and the audio's just stopped.
Yep, yep,
God
yep.
damn it.
and for whatever reason, technical difficulties with us. I mean, they happen. It's not all the time, but they happen, and they always happen when people are here.
Yeah.
It's always when it's not us. Like when someone comes and visits, whether it's like Game Attack, Funhouse, or like or some really
Dante Bosco.
yeah, like that, and it's just like this happens sometimes.
Yeah,
It's like-
I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know what's going
If
on.
you've got guests or if you're in a time crunch, you're like, all right, we got about an hour to do this. It should only take. Nothing wants to work.
Oh,
Here's the thing.
Gato died.
Usually what happens is, we're all used to our little stations. Like, we
We're
know how
all
to
used to our
operate the
stations.
ins and outs of our own little fucktard station.
Yeah.
Right.
As soon as we let that into someone else's hands, or someone else comes to try and operate one of those stations, it's all over.
What Ryan means is no one else can work Ryan's station.
Yeah.
No one
No
else
one-
can work anyone's stations.
Mostly yours.
No, they can work mine. I
Yours
can
is
work-
worse than mine.
What's worse than
Yeah,
mine?
Yours is
Yours is
hooked up
not-
different than anybody else's.
It's true.
I mean, I have one keyboard for 2 computers. That's it.
And then there's fucking Jeff's, who's got a keyboard that controls this computer over
In
here.
Jeff's defense-
well, Jeff has 4
At
computers.
least it's resilient. And it like
in just defense,
it's like I'm typing like this, but
It
it
still
works.
operates the same as the rest of ours. It's just like there's one computer.
Yeah.
That he has his other email one, but we
Yeah,
don't give a fuck
yeah.
about that. He's and it's like the play machine, the record machine, and then it's just like the Elgato. You've got like the sound capture thing as well.
That's, well, I mean, it's
And-
just on the...
And for whatever reason, your computer hates people that aren't you.
I guess.
Like, it just hates
That's what I
them.
hear
Trained
when I
it
come
very
back.
well.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's working.
And Michael's has
It
been
hasn't
really
liked
mouthy
anything.
lately.
It's
Like
it's
this
been like
machine.
I sat
Elgato.
down on it today and immediately do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I'm like I touched nothing.
That's like as soon as Trevor said
Get
that, I was
away.
like,
It's like, who are
I
you?
was like, go use Gavin's machine. Don't
Yeah,
do that.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
get out of here.
But it's like Ryan comes in and he goes, "What have you touched?" And like somebody will literally have
I
sat
come
down.
back in and sit down, and the whole thing's just on fire. It's
genuinely-
like I-85.
Generally, we
Genuinely,
hit
someone will sit
record,
down and they'll
it
go. They'll open the software and they'll go nothing. It doesn't see the video. It has no
have had
audio.
no problem for a month previous to that. Someone else touches it, and it's like, ah!
I know.
Exactly.
It's insanity.
It's like
I don't know what it
You gotta
is.
turn everything on in the right order.
Yeah.
If you go out of the sequence, there's too many amps, the whole thing crashes on itself.
You got a giant book of procedures that you have to go
Gary
through.
Sinise somewhere running it through on the other.
Where's my co-pilot?
I think he's still just doing those, the few, the proud, the whatever, the
It's
Marines
funny.
ads or
Actually,
Army ads. He does one of those.
I read a thing about Gary Sinise. Apparently, he travels around and plays USO shows as the Lieutenant Dan Band. Like he's actually a big military supporter.
Well, my thing, and I have
that's kind of cool.
You read about it, and I've seen it. I know he's the voice of, like I said, the Army or the Marines. I think it's Army. Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But was that before? Was he that into it before, you think, or was it that he learned a newfound respect from Forrest Gump?
I would guess probably Forrest Gump pushed him definitely in that direction. Yeah. Have you seen Kylo Ren, Adam Driver's TED Talk?
We're on movies, so I'm gonna go look for beer. I'll be back.
Yeah, he does.
If you find one, bring me one.
No, I think this is working now. I think.
Is it?
I think so. They turned it on. I think we have interns in
why I
charge
just
of
started
just
drooling?
alcohol. There we go.
Oh shit!
Hey!
No,
That's gonna be the first pour though, so there'd be a big head on it.
So Adam Driver was a
him head.
I think he was in the Marines or the Army or something.
Shit, really?
And he ended up like he had some weird genetic disorder, so he can't basically he went through boot camp, made it to like the end of it, and they found this thing in him, and so he can't go
Turns
to.
out
know what
you
it
have a third arm.
And so
We thought it would help.
he can't actually like participate in any sort of military activities.
Pouring, are you doing that?
Well, it was getting tricklier and tricklier. I was thinking if it was about to die.
It's a trickly one.
Fuck out of
My
here.
cane sword.
No!
And
Now he's gonna have to
How
kill
will
you
I
with
ever
that.
kill and limp?
And so anyway, so Adam Driver, he does a lot of things that actually like he'll bring in soldiers and veterans to do like improv and do like readings of scripts and things.
Gotcha.
And he has a TED talk where he describes the whole situation about like when you're in the military you work with a team and movies are very much like that. Like everyone's in the shit together, and it's really really fascinating. I've never been a big fan of the guy, and then I watched that I'm like, oh okay, I really kind of turned on him.
Interesting.
Well, I saw him on Girls, and like his character on Girls just totally turned me off.
I mean, that was the whole thing about Girls. I remember my ex at the time watching it and being like, she's got up and like, let's not watch this anymore. All these people suck. These are all terrible people. And I was like, you're right. I've been watching this show. Like, why don't I like this show? And it's like, oh, right. None of you are redeeming characters. I don't want you.
Yeah,
but then it was, didn't like him based on that, because that character sucked. But then he was in a bunch of different indies. I saw him in something with Ben Stiller and some other movie. And I was like, oh, you're good in these things. He was in that one with Harry Potter. It wasn't Harry Potter.
Wait, the one where he's like dragging the dead body?
Is
or
it Horn?
No. It was the one where it's
Oh, it's the
he
one where you
meets
say
the
he's
girl,
like,
but
he's like-
she's in a relationship, but he
Yeah.
knows they're meant to be. Da, 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 da.
Yeah. Anyway,
But he was good in all those.
Yeah.
And then of course Star Wars.
And he was funny on Saturday Night Live too, doing the where he was doing the boss switch.
Oh,
over the-
right.
Yeah.
We all know you're
You want
Kylo.
to see it? You want to see his
I'm a
lightsaber?
radar technician. He's like angry about it.
So
really
anyway, but yeah, I'm also very excited for new Star Wars coming out this year.
Sure.
I want to be on one of your damn movie podcasts.
Come by anytime.
All right.
You know that.
All right.
You're always welcome here.
Yeah,
Well, you
let
got
him get
a
his
draft
movie
house.
out with you
You
guys.
have a draft house in
Yes, and now, okay, this is great. Thank you for bringing this up.
Okay.
Because the Draft House, of course, starts here.
It's the best movie
This is the
theater in
first
America.
I've ever gone to.
Yeah.
Is
It's
the
a
one
new
I
one
went
just down the
here.
street.
Remember,
Now
the
there's the
Alamo.
one in San Francisco.
the
The
Mission.
one in San Francisco. Have you been?
I have not.
Does not on any level live up to yours.
What?
All the
What's wrong with
food is terrible. None of the food is good.
it? Like the food's eh.
But no, when I went for South by last year when I came, we went and saw Midnight Special or whatever, and I got the wings at Austin. I was like, oh, these are really good wings. And then San Francisco's like, here's some, fucking, it's the Asian
This is
spice
chicken,
wings.
maybe.
I'm like, no. And then they moved them over to Buffalo, and even then I was like, no.
Yeah.
And I'm mad about it.
They're back.
And they're just in case
chicken
so
of the
all
cave.
right.
Man.
But I still love that theater, yeah.
Yeah, the Draft House is great. Actually, you know what? What's the Guardians is coming out pretty soon.
Yeah.
Thor Ragnarok looks awesome.
Yeah.
And even Spider-Man. The new Spider-Man
Spider-Man
trailer
looked great.
came out.
Did you like the
Trailer.
trailer? Yeah, that was
I
the
liked
thing.
it.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the whole thing because I heard someone. I was looking at the comments before I read it or watched it,
Yeah.
and someone was like, "I
Spoilers
can't believe they spoiled like some character dying." I was like,
And Spider-Man?
"All right, so now
Oh,
I'm not
really?
gonna watch it."
Spider-Man,
I
they
saw
didn't
that.
spoil anyone.
They do spoil a lot of plot points.
There's a lot of plot
Yeah,
points.
that's what I want to
Yeah.
avoid with
in this
this
Yeah.
trailer.
because I'm worried like after like the track record with Spider-Man, I kind of want to just go in fresh.
Sure.
Go
yeah,
in-
I mean, he was my favorite part of Civil War, and I like in terms of I'm a big DC guy, so my life is a living nightmare all the time.
Right,
But
yeah,
like
same.
he was my
We'll
favorite.
talk about that in a second.
He was my favorite Civil War dude. So like that was, and I also have a soft spot. I love Spider-Man, and so that first trailer I watched, and I was like, all right, I'm not like blown away, but I'm interested, and I like Tom Holland a lot, and I like Michael Keaton. I'll see where it's going. In the second trailer, I was like, all right, this is even better, I think, but it's not. I'm still not like high expectation. Like my expectations are through the roof, right?
Right.
So I'm like ready to just chill
Yeah.
out, see it, be all right.
Is there a Spider-Man movie that you look at and say they got that one right?
Two.
I was gonna say in terms of that time, 2. I will never ever forget leaving Spider-Man 2 and I went and saw the midnight showing, and I was working out in DC on a summer internship, and calling my girlfriend at the time, and being like, she's like, how was it? And I'm like, I can't stop smiling. Like, this movie just nailed what I love. Like, he was comfortable in being Spider-Man. It wasn't this origin story. They didn't do, like, I hate all these superhero movies that, like, oh, I can't be with you because I am.
Yeah,
so, like, when she runs up to him at the end and is like, no, it's my choice and I'm doing this, go get him, Tiger, I was like, oh my God, yes. And I'm like, there's no way they will fuck up 3. I know it seems like they're putting a lot of characters in it, but I trust Sam Raimi.
I was so excited for 3.
That's where Sony's like, hold my beer, let me show you this.
I remember like frame by framing the trailer when they first showed Venom.
For Venom?
Yeah,
oh yeah.
Like, oh my God, there he is! It was like captured footage from a Comic-Con.
When he's slapped down in the bell tower and he's like,
like wasn't
coming
even
up.
done yet.
I
like
love
the animation.
Topher Grace.
Yeah.
This will be great.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And Gwen Stacy's in it too. That doesn't make sense.
And it was like traditional like comic thing where like when I watched Spider-Man 2 so many times, I'm like, what's gonna be great about 3 is how they're gonna introduce Venom. And my friends are like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, watch this frame in Spider-Man 2 and see how her fiance who came back from the moon or whatever. Look at how he jumps. He jumps so far. That's not a human jump. And the cops run up and stop. I'm like, he has the symbiote with him right now, and that's gonna be the reason that he hates blah blah. And then it's like, nope, meteor crash right next to Peter Parker. I'm like, fuck this movie. Fuck it, God damn it.
Yeah, like that was definitely Sony meddling in Spider-Man, which is scary because Sony still has a hand in the Marvel Spider-Man.
I mean,
too.
they have the most hand on it.
Yeah, and it's just like don't fuck with it. Don't MCU like the MCU and Marvel.
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
Exactly,
Don't get in the way. And yeah, because all it is nothing but like okay, like they did. The Andrew Garfield one. The first one wasn't too bad. A little bit weird. Dennis Miller is strange in it, but then the second one was like whoa, like they're like all right, we need to make a universe now. We're gonna make the Sinister Six, and it's like no, taper it back.
It went real fast. Suddenly, like, whoa.
Well, that's what they're doing now. That's what DC's doing with all the Justice League stuff. It was like, okay, we did a Superman movie that wasn't too bad. All right, now we're gonna throw in, Batman vs Superman. It's like, and then Suicide is like,
also Wonder Woman's there.
Yeah,
let's shove everyone into it.
It went really fast. They're like, we have a lot of ground to make up. We know where we want to be.
Yeah. I mean,
it wasn't a slow burn.
It was 7 movies.
Yeah,
7 movies before we got to Avengers.
Well, I mean, and that was the thing is like I remember when they announced when they put out Iron Man, like we are building this universe and there's going to be these waves, and you're like, fucking no way, this will never work. Nobody cares about these characters.
And
17
years
every
later,
one of those movies came out, and you're like, holy shit, this is awesome. And then when we finally got Avengers, like it was all that foreplay, and it's a Spider-Man 2 situation. I remember leaving that theater and I couldn't stop grinning. I was like, that was awesome. Not to mention the fact that it was another midnight showing, and so it's all comic book fans. And like again, I like Marvel fine, but I'm a DC guy, so I'm like watching. I'm enjoying this, and I will never. It was like somebody saw the Beatles, but the movie ends and the Thanos Easter egg rolls, and this woman in front of me, 22 or something, jumps up and throws her on, screaming, and I'm like, all right, yeah, no Thanos, that's cool. I mean, that was an awesome moment, but this theater just went fucking crazy for it.
Man.
That makes me remember. I saw Civil War like right when it came out, and so again, it was like a bunch of comic book fans, and I bought like a bunch.
Wait a minute, have we hit on a series of movies you've actually seen?
Oh yeah. I'm pretty good about movies nowadays.
He's like,
it's older movies.
Going back to 2015 into present, that's where I'm at.
And so I bought a bunch of posters that are all hanging up in my house, like of all the characters in Civil War and stuff. And I remember being very excited when I went in for Crossbones. Because Crossbones looked so cool.
Yeah.
Right? He looked awesome in the way they handled it. And he's all
skull.
scarred and everything. And I was like, all right, they're going to do something cool with this guy. So I go in and see Civil War, and I'm talking with these people next to me and in front of me, like this group, about like, oh, and so, and then you saw Crossbones. Crossbones is going to be so cool. Like, I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be like the main villain or something. I don't know. Like, he's really... And then, I don't know, 10 minutes in, they blow him up.
Goodbye.
He's gone. And there he is. Yeah, like, look how fucking cool he looks. And so, like...
I'm pretty sure he's the main villain.
Like 10 minutes in, they fuck him up and kill him. And,
he's gone.
And literally everyone in the group turned and looked at each other, and we all sat there, like, just while the movie kept rolling. And I just went, no. And then everyone around me just lost it. Like, it was, like, so sad. Like,
You're like, that's it, I'm out.
I was like, fuck it, no Crossbones. And one of the posters I have, it's like 6 characters. It's like Bucky, Captain America, Iron Man, Black Panther, someone else, and then Crossbones.
Oh, really?
For whatever reason, is one of the
Are those the ones that like it's like dripping paint?
Yeah,
like, super stylistic. Those are really cool looking.
They're awesome.
Really
and then I was on the phone the other day and leaned up against the wall and shattered the Crossbones.
Oh,
did he explode too, or is it?
No, it was just a big crack along the front of the thing.
You're like, it adds to it.
You know what? It's poetic.
I'll leave
yeah.
it there for him.
That was
damn it.
But like that was my biggest concern, like you were saying about the Marvel Universe, was like I was concerned when they started talking about Avengers in the first place. I was like, that's going to be way too many headliners all in one movie. I'm going to feel very distracted. I'm not going to know where to focus. But they've done it so well because it was like they built it up, you know, with Iron Man and then.
Well, that was that's
Thor.
I mean, like when you look at Marvel and how they nailed it and how DC's fucked it up, it's that thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like you don't need to make anybody care about Thor. We've had 2 movies about Thor. I know
Exactly.
Thor and I like Thor, so you can make a comment about Natalie Portman's character and then just move on. And
Right.
Like, all right, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas like here in fucking Batman v Superman, we have to get these videos of every one of these guys.
A lot
and
of
then we have to have
details
the
from a lot of
introductions
people,
all
and
this
you're
different-
like,
And
yeah.
I heard somebody saying yesterday that like Justice League is supposed to be super long too.
Oh,
200,
really?
Oh yeah, it's 170 minutes.
Oh, boy.
It's 10 minutes short of 3 hours.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, as somebody who saw Batman v Superman 5 times in the theater, including the extended cut, don't get me wrong, I'm down for a long ass movie, but I also know how all you fucking normies feel about it. So,
Boy.
Yeah.
It's going to be like a double feature.
I'm really curious. Like honestly, Flash is the one thing that I'm excited for Justice
Sure.
League. I like that dude. I like that character.
Ezra Miller's
like,
great, yeah.
He's great in the new Fantastic Beasts movie.
Yeah.
He was funny in what was it? The Amy Schumer movie.
Yeah, Trainwreck.
Trainwreck. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
hilarious in that. But yeah, he kind of has that levity that you don't have a lot in the DC universe.
Right,
now.
and I mean, that was their big thing, right? Coming off Batman v Superman of like Zack Snyder and his wife, so can you trust them? But they're like, we learned, we know, and they brought all those, journalists to set when they filmed the whole, like, I'm in, I need friends scene. And like, when you watch, the first trailer, or whatever you want to call it, extended footage they released where it was, Batman and Flash talking to each other, I was like, that's a really interesting interpretation of Flash, and because it's nothing like Grant Gustin on the show or whatever, and it is funny, so I'm interested. But then this trailer was just like, all right, like I don't mean to be that guy. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong or anything, but like as a huge DC fan, I watched that entire trailer and I see them on the poster, and I'm just like, man, I really feel like you need Superman. And like, don't get me wrong, I know Superman's in the film some way.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how deep you feel like getting to this movie before the Superman reveal happens?
That's the question, right? And that's my big thing. Are they? Because when they were like Justice League Part 1 and Part 2, I was like, he's gonna be the last frame. They'll reveal him.
Yeah.
They're gonna do the exact same thing they did in Death and Return, right?
Are they doing 1 and 2?
They've pulled back on it.
Okay.
There is a second Justice League film, but they're not calling it Part 1, Part 2 anymore. But I thought it was going to be for sure that they beat Steppenwolf, but he's like, Darkseid is coming, and he's coming to Metropolis or Earth or whatever, and then the giant fucking walker comes in and shits out Superman in the black suit, and he's like, Earth over my dead body, and credits roll. I'm like, you know what I mean? But like, now that they're not doing that, it's like, yeah, is he going to show up and just be, Darkseid's resurrected him, and now he's fighting, and they remind him of that he is Superman, da-da-da, or like, whatever. But it's like, that poster, even as a DC fan, I'm just like, that doesn't seem that great, you know what I mean? Like, I like the whole. The only one I'm like not sold on is like Cyborg, right? I'm just like, I don't even like Cyborg that much in the comics. He's great in Teen Titans Go, and there's been great interpretations of Cyborg, but then just like, here's somebody like the mainstream knows jack shit about it. Even Aquaman, you're like, well, he speaks to fish. All right, you know something about Aquaman.
Yeah.
But like Cyborg, my girlfriend's like, what does he do? And I'm like, he's a cyborg. What does that mean? He's got the mother box in him, and like, what does that mean? I'm like, well, mother box is there. What does that mean? Steppenwolf is here to fight. Who is that? I'm like, I don't even.
That's the problem. That's the problem with the DC stuff is there's so many like small things that like DC fans are huge on.
Sure.
Whereas like Marvel, it's like, okay, they show like Avengers happen. It's like, okay, here's all these characters. I know their backstory. The end is like, oh, that purple guy. Who's that purple guy? It's like, oh, it's Thanos. I can look that up. Okay, now it's like mother box is Steppenwolf.
Yeah. Oh, no,
Darkseid.
totally.
It's like what the flying goblin dude. It's like, what is going on?
When we left Batman v Superman and we were in the car talking about it, I was like, and the Omega symbol is here, and everybody's like, nobody knows what that fucking shit is but you. And I'm like, I understand that, and that's why I liked what I saw, but it is that whole thing of like, why not? Why
the normies out
just
there.
do Brainiac?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? There's an
casuals,
alien
the
coming to do
filthy
this, and he's doing this, but and then it's like that was the best part of Batman v Superman. Batman v Superman, fucking horrible reviews. Opening weekend, and then Monday they're like, and by the way, here's this scene that we cut from the thing of Lex talking to Steppenwolf, and I'm like, that's awesome. And everybody's like, who's Steppenwolf? I'm like, that's totally stupid, and I hope he's not the villain. Oh, he is the villain of Justice League. Fuck me. Fuck. All right, fine.
Yeah, and I gotta give credit to Jesse Eisenberg too. Like his interpretation of Lex Luthor was interesting, and I kind of dug it.
I love the fact that it's either one of those you love it or people fucking hate it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I thought it was great up until the end where he like it was another thing of like that whole. The movie, when it ended, and when I was talking to people and defending it, I'm like, well, it makes sense if he's an agent of Darkseid and this, that, and the other, and like, blah, blah, blah. And then you watch the movie and you're like, well, he didn't really know about Darkseid until the people showed up, and it's like, well, then why did he do what the fuck? Like, if his whole motivation was that, okay, but whatever, and then he's just crazy at the end, you're like, all right.
So did we miss anything in the extended edition? Like anything interesting in there?
Yeah, I mean, there was an awesome. I mean, I always had the thing of like, when Superman's on trial and you're like, oh, he killed all those people in Africa or wherever it was, and I was like, they all got shot with with bullets.
somewhere.
Like, what are we talking about?
He does that
But then in the
sometimes, right?
extended cut, they show like them burning the bodies. You're like, oh, okay. There's an argument to be made that he visioned everybody. That makes more sense. And there's like dumb stuff like that, a little bit more.
So forensic science is not very developed.
I saw that.
Well, in a cover-up.
I saw that one actress was working at the Daily Planet. What's her name? She was in
Red hair.
She's the one who looks like Lola Bunny or whatever from.
From Space Jam.
Yeah, from Space Jam. What's her name?
Jenna Malone.
What? Jenna Malone. Yeah.
She wasn't at the Planet. She was a forensic.
Jenna Malone?
She was a forensic. Well, I don't know who you're talking about.
I'm thinking
Let me
of the
look
girl.
up who looks like Lola Bunny.
It's the
There
girl
you go.
from Game of Thrones. It's the chick from Game of Thrones who just.
There's like 40 women in that show.
Yeah.
The queen. The who's
Cersei?
Not Cersei. Not Cersei.
Who looks
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Lola
Natalie
Bunny?
Dormer. That's who I was looking
Queens.
for.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Natalie Dormer.
She was
Natalie
in the
Dormer.
movie.
There it is. Natalie Dormer looks just like Lola Rabbit.
Told you. Lola Bunny, please.
All right, but
Marjorie
wait,
Tyrell.
Rabbit.
does
Oh, is it Lola Rabbit?
That's what it says. I thought it was Lola
it
Bunny.
was
Bugs
Natalie
Bunny.
Dormer
Yeah.
in Batman v Superman.
But maybe they don't want it to be Bugs Bunny and Lola Bunny because then it's like their brother
Mary.
and sister.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
clearly
wait,
fucking.
So, wait, was it Natalie Dormer or Jenna Malone?
Jenna Malone was in it because that was the big thing leading up to it. Everybody's like, she dyed her hair, and we heard she's in Batman. Holy shit, she's Barbara Gordon. This is gonna be fucking awesome. She's back and all amazing. And we're all like, yeah. And then you get the extended cut, and she's like, I'm a forensic person. This bullet's never been seen before. See you. I'm like, motherfucker! God damn it! Why are you fucking up the easy shit here? These are layups. You're just dropping the ball on Snyder. Build the
kinda
universe
see
if
it.
you want.
I do
But come
kind of
on.
see it.
I will say I'm a
What are
little
you
disappointed.
looking at the comparison now?
I'm a little
Yeah.
disappointed that J.K. Simmons got wrapped up by DC instead of
Yeah.
going back to like of all
Instead
the
of being
char-
J. Jonah
Well,
again.
yeah, of all
You know they wouldn't do that. It'd be
all the-
awesome if they did, but they
of
wouldn't.
all the
do
people
it.
that come back from
Yeah.
the Raimi movies,
Yeah,
J.K.
he
Simmons
was
was
great.
the perfect J. Jonah Jameson.
He was
Yeah.
awesome.
And that is the thing too of like, all right, how much are we gonna get of him in Justice League? Like he's in the that snippet trailer or whatever.
Yeah.
It makes a funny line, of course, but it's like, what was so to your question of what was cool in the extended cut that I thought was gonna be cool about the next Batman film was in the extended cut when at the very end when Batman confronts Luthor in the cellar or whatever, he talks about how he's getting him transferred to Arkham Asylum. And I was like, that's awesome. And then because the rumor, remember, was going to be that the next Batman flick was going to be Batman in Arkham Asylum, like the game, like everything's
okay.
on lockdown and all the villains are there and he's got to get out or whatever. And
Kind of like the raid. only
Exactly,
for-
and like
okay.
that sounds fucking rad. And then I was like, well, that didn't happen. And Ben Affleck's directing. No, he's not. Yes, he is. No, he's not. He's writing. No, he's not. But okay, now, all right, Ben's
In-out,
in it,
in-out.
but he's not doing. Ben hates it and wants out. I'm like, fuck! Why, God?
Well, they also did this huge tone shift, looking at Batman versus Batman v Superman to Justice League. It's like all of a sudden the guy's got a soul again.
Yeah, well, I mean, like.
You could argue that the
like,
events of Batman v Superman. Oh, I've unlocked him.
No, I mean, because this
You've
is the
unzipped
thing.
me!
You're doing the thing where, like, for sure, like, going into Batman v Superman, right, out of Man of Steel.
Yeah.
I was like, Man of Steel was a movie I saw, left, and I was like, that was fine, but that's not great. And the more I watched it with no expectations, I was like, you know what? This is good. This is just a different interpretation of Superman. Those trailers they did, right? You thought, holy shit, this is gonna be the best Superman flick of all time. Like they're actually nailing all the tone and stuff, and then they got there and that was not the tone of the movie. Leading into Batman v Superman, especially after the first trailer where they had like the wall with all the names etched on it and the false god statue and stuff, it was like, oh shit, like they are taking the themes that everybody had a problem with of all the people dying in Metropolis and turning that into a real thing. And my argument was always, what it seems like they're building is, what if superheroes really came to our world right now? This is how it would react. This is how people would react. We would have these conversations. And so I was like, there's a chance that Batman v Superman and Snyder actually have a plan for this, and it's going to be this deeper, resonate. And Batman has a reason to not trust Superman, but then you get there and it's just didn't really come together that way.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
when
Martha.
Superman lands and he's like, "Hey, I need your help." He gets shot in the head. Okay, sound waves. All right, now I'm gonna fight you. I'm like, just tell him. They got your mom. Just tell him that. It's easy. You don't have to get to Martha, which is like the awkwardest way of doing this thing.
It's 2.5 hours in. We got to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Martha!
Yeah.
But it's funny because that scene, the Martha scene, is probably arguably the worst scene of the movie, led by probably the best scene of the movie, or followed by the best scene of the movie, which is Batman doing Batman shit.
Sure. Oh yeah.
That was amazing. Where
Yeah.
he went through and used all his gadgets and was like bouncing all over.
Yeah.
Like, that was great. It was like, that's what I wanted, and
Yeah.
you get that for a split second, and then
Right.
it's like, all right, that's the end of the movie, and then all right, it's over.
Yeah.
So
But then to your point, like, hopefully the idea is that like. He was at that breaking point of the edge of like he's going to kill somebody, which actually
Well,
kill a
he
whole
killed
bunch
like
of
a whole bunch of
people. Hey,
people.
but he's gonna swing back and be like more into it. You know what I mean? But it is just like, well,
Let's get back to his superhero roots.
strap in and see what the hell's gonna happen next. And then like Wonder Woman, everybody's like, man, those trailers look great. And I'm like, do they? I just can't even tell anymore.
Yeah.
And I've been burned by
The
all these
trailers mean
trailers.
nothing
I don't know
nowadays.
anything.
a friend of mine's in Vegas right now for CinemaCon,
Yeah,
which is like
yeah.
for like movie theaters and stuff, and they showed an extended clip of Wonder Woman, and he's like,
That's what I
You know,
heard
it's
too.
like,
I forget who it was.
no.
Some verified movie person was like, yeah, here's what happened. And like Wonder Woman did not live. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't tell a lot from the trailers anymore. But speaking of which, people on Twitter have been asking, like speaking of movie trailers, the It trailer.
Yes. I'm excited for that.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
I mean, Stranger
Have you
Things
watched-
I haven't watched
1.5.
Australia yet.
Yeah, 1.5.
It looks
I've
like
heard a
it's-
lot of comparisons to Stranger Things.
It's Stranger Things. It's almost like they saw Stranger
Not in
Things.
a
like,
positive light either.
Yeah.
Well, that's also, but I mean, like, that's also, I mean,
Isn't one of
it
the-
was around a long time before Stranger. Like,
Yeah,
they,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
if one thing, it's like the whole Uncharted Tomb Raider thing. Like, oh, Tomb Raider's ripping off Uncharted. Well, Uncharted heavily influenced by
And
Tomb Raider.
what I've heard is this is like they're releasing it. They're gonna see how it does. It does, and then if it does well, then they have part 2 where the kids are now adults because like the miniseries they were kids and they were adults.
Yeah.
Because this isn't
Oh,
like
there's the trailer.
This was an argument we were having.
I was wondering
No,
how
like,
this
it
movie
could-
was going to do that.
yeah, like it is supposed to hibernate for like 30 years.
Yeah.
and like you know.
Did you read the book or watch the old stuff?
I've seen most of the miniseries that kid wanged his
For me,
head.
for me, it was the thing
Idiot.
where the trailer dropped that day, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." I remember reading it, and like, but I remember reading it or whatever, and watching the thing, and then watching it, and it's like Derry, and it's this, and it's
Yeah.
Georgie, and I was like, "Oh, fuck, right, this was awesome." I forgot all about all these references.
Yeah.
That trailer looked great.
But then it's like the guy playing Pennywise in this, the clown.
Yeah.
He
Who was it?
I forget his name. But
Bill Skarsgård? Related to Alexander Skarsgård? I think so. All right.
but
I mean,
he's
how
like,
many
Yes.
Skarsgårds could there be?
in Hollywood, now
he was
there's
doing
three, right?
he was doing a whole thing about how he really didn't want to copy Tim Curry and like you know like his version of Pennywise, which is like it's so synonymous with it now, like
Yeah.
the way he did the clown.
Yeah.
It was like so perfect. But apparently, like this one is supposed to be more like a kid. Like he's supposed to be more childlike.
Really?
Is what they've said.
Pennywise?
Yeah, Pennywise.
Because what I'm getting from the trailer, like the vibe I'm getting is that they kind of got rid of the campy feel to him. He seems more sinister.
Yeah, he
like
looks
anytime
eviler,
when he
right?
shows
Oh,
up
yeah.
in the sewer, you know, he's coming up and he's like he's got the shadow in his eyes to make him look a little more evil. So like if I was a kid, I'd been like pass, and then like
Yeah, no,
like,
keep
like,
the boat,
booked
dude.
it,
Keep
yeah.
the boat.
Anytime they show him in all the promotional stuff, he looks freaky as
Yeah, dude.
fuck.
Yeah.
Like and
His
like,
eyes
that
are
was-
so yellow.
That's
like,
what was so
oh,
funny
it's-
about Tim Curry is like you know when like the sheets
unsettling.
fall apart and he's like hey, and it's
Yeah.
just like yeah look at
He's
the clown
like,
right there. I
Hey
love it.
kid, how's it going?
Yeah.
Like,
And like even when he was scary, he wasn't really scary.
Yeah.
He just had sharp teeth. And
Yeah.
he was like oh god, you
Yeah.
know, and like not really.
But-
this one's just totally fucked.
yeah.
Like, so I don't know, and yeah, so their whole
That trailer
plan,
looks
I
great.
think, is if they
I'm in.
I'm
yeah.
excited.
It
It does
does
well.
give Stranger Things vibes.
Yeah.
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 But it was also that thing of like, oh, they don't need to remake this. And I watched, I was like, oh, it doesn't look like you fucked it up at first glance.
Yeah. It doesn't look like Nightmare on Elm Street or anything like that.
Yeah,
It looks
yeah.
a lot like they properly did it.
Yeah.
It's also a movie that, you know, it was a pretty popular movie back in the day, but I don't think a lot of people
I don't
have
think
seen
kids
it.
are going back. And like, wasn't it
Yeah.
like that? If I remember correctly, that was like one where you got like the 2 VHS tapes. Like,
Yeah.
I think you could redo that one and that would be as big a deal.
Man.
Leave Ghostbusters alone.
Ghostbusters. We should talk about Ghostbusters.
Well,
It's funny because
Before we talk about Ghostbusters,
Yeah?
let's slip into a more comfortable topic.
Let's slip
all
right
right,
on
let's
in
slip
there.
into it, Ryan.
Let's take our sponsor real quick, MeUndies. You've perfected your wardrobe, but what about the stuff not everybody gets to see? That's where MeUndies comes in. They're seriously soft, feel-good undies delivered right to your door. MeUndies are designed in LA and are made from sustainably sourced micro-modal, a fabric 3 times softer than cotton. MeUndies' softer than soft, luxurious undies come in an ever-changing selection of classic colors, bold shades, and adventurous patterns so you can tailor your undies to your own personal style. Guess what? You can save time and money each month with a monthly subscription. And if you're not ready for a subscription, that's fine. You can still save. That's because MeUndies.com is offering you 20% off your first pair. Just use the special URL MeUndies.com/offtopic and get 20% off your first pair. Go ahead, revamp your underwear drawer. Come on, you know you deserve it. Once again, that's MeUndies.com/offtopic. MeUndies.com/offtopic. Thank you for sponsoring this podcast.
All right.
Good job.
So let's talk Ghostbusters. Because
Okay.
Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah, we've never actually had a discussion.
I mean, when the trailers came
Roll
out,
up, Ryan.
when everything came out about the movie, I was very, very anti-Ghostbusters
Puff, puff.
because I did not understand.
Wait, has that changed?
Even I enjoy the movie. I
Yeah,
like the movie
Jackson
quite a bit.
liked it.
What?
Yeah, have we not talked about this?
I don't
I
know
like
that
the
I've
new
heard
movie.
that.
I actually
Yeah.
like the new movie a lot. But my issue still stands. My issue I had with the movie couldn't be solved in one simple after credit sequence. All I want is Kate McKinnon to be sitting there working on something, and she hits a button, and a portal opens up, and it's Ray on the other side looking in, going, "What?" And then it seals shut. All I want to know is that the original Ghostbusters universe exists somewhere.
You want the Star Trek moment where Spock explains to Spock, like,
the idea
everything's changed. We're in a different timeline now.
But the problem is that the idea that they wiped out the original canon, which means they think they could make a better movie than the original. Otherwise, there's no point in wiping out canon. And then they showed all the original Ghostbusters that are still alive, all involved with ghost-related things. So we have a funeral director, we have a taxi driver who knows a lot about ghost shit. Yeah. We have Peter Venkman, or Bill Murray.
Oh, you green screened Bill Murray and like some of the awkwardest shots. I'm like, well, he didn't want to be on this set at all. All right,
but it makes a lot of sense that like those characters, those people are involved with like ghost-related paranormal shit, and so it's like, well, why not in another universe there exists another plane where the original Ghostbusters
That'd be super smart. That would have been interesting.
All you gotta do is show me that. I have 100% zero problem with that movie.
Wow.
Like,
wow. See, because my thing isn't even hung up on being, you and I are Ghostbusters super fans.
Absolutely.
Like, it's not even me being hung up on the Ghostbusters super fan. It's just like, well, that movie sucked. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the first two acts, I was like, before they get into busting ghosts, I was like, you know what? I like their chemistry a bit. This is interesting. You know, like, Kate McKinnon is awesome in that movie.
Great.
You know what I mean?
Kate McKinnon and Leslie Jones are the best part of that
Leslie
movie.
Jones is great, too. But then it was, like, my whole thing... I'm talking years ago, leading up to like where we are now. When movies started getting remade, I was like, fuck, they're gonna remake Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And my problem always was gonna be that our Ghostbusters, was never slapstick comedy. We're doing all these computerized effects. It was a peanut. It was a green peanut. They flew around a chandelier and then did like nice shooting text was like the comedy of that.
The original Ghostbusters, it's a sci-fi movie with comedic elements.
And so when you started seeing all these movies, and especially like for me, like Neighbors, which I like, is a great movie. Don't get me wrong, but that was like. See, this is how comedies are in this day and age. Like, not 2017 or 2016 at the time, but like, this is how they are. Like, he gets in the airbag and gets shot through and he should be dead, but he's not. And I'm like, that doesn't work. And so when you get to Ghostbusters and it is like, all right, we're gonna go in the back alley now and test all the weapons. And I'm like, all right, cool, yeah, Melissa McCarthy's fat and getting thrown around a lot. Like, that's not what this is. And then it's like, all right, cool. Now we're gonna go fight ghosts. And it's like, we're gonna, like, when they get to the action, I was like, why? You don't need any of this. You're punching ghosts to death, which is weird, but okay. And like this, you're clearly outnumbered. Here's a Slimer thing and Mrs. Slimer. And it's just like, fucking hell.
Yeah, the stuff at the end, the third act of the movie was a little bit like, well, all right, this is a bit much. Like, like they're saying, like they're now destroying ghosts for whatever reason.
It ramped up real. Yeah, you're right. It like ramped up and then closed real fast too.
There's not a moment where you see the skills transform from we're fuck ups in an alley to we're amazing ghost destroyers.
Yeah.
But
they needed a training montage.
But I mean, there were some interesting things that they had some really good elements that I liked. Like the idea that the mayor is in on it. He's like, oh yeah, I'm totally cool with you guys doing this, and we want to help you just quietly. Like that's kind of a funny idea. It's like, which is a total flip of the first one, and it was like, all right, but then the idea of Kevin getting possessed, and now he's like this badass guy, and like the whole dance sequence which they cut from the movie.
But then it's still kind of.
But it's in the credits anyway. It's just like, wait, what?
But no, there's legitimately funny parts to that movie. Like, but the problem is that this is what Nick was saying in one of our movie reviews about it. Is like you can tell that like they're on set and Kevin, Thor. He's doing his thing or whatever, and he does that thing where he reaches through his glasses and rubs his, and everybody's like, that's great. And then if you notice, he does it in every scene after that, because it must have been that like Paul Feig was watching, like, that's hilarious, do that more. And he's like, all right, great. And like this like these improv jokes that they kept putting back in, and it's just like, you're doing it too much now.
Yeah. Well, even like the point where it's like he's trying to reach the phone through the fish tank. Come on, man. Like, you can be dumb. You're not dumb enough to think you can reach through glass, but. Anyway, I don't know. I did enjoy the movie a lot. I liked it a lot more. I think maybe my expectations were so low for it that I actually had a fun time with it. I'm like, oh, I kind of dig it. And it's a fun kind of popcorn movie, and I've gone back and watched it a bunch of times.
Oh, wow, really?
So, yeah.
Yeah, I can't bring myself to.
No? But again, all my issues could be solved. Like, any issue I have with the universe could be solved just by pointing out that the original Ghostbusters still exist.
Sure.
And like if you did that and just had a multi-universe thing, just one shot.
I mean, and that's the whole thing they've taught. Dan Aykroyd wouldn't shut up about, right? Is that he was still working on a Ghostbusters, that it was going to be these new guys and do that different. It's like, okay, I doubt that'll ever happen.
Yeah.
But that was my whole thing. Is like we should have just stopped.
Yeah.
Not everything needs to be remade. Not everything needs to be rebooted. We don't need a Ghostbusters 3. The video game was Ghostbusters 3. That's fine.
Yeah, no. When Harold Ramis died, that should have been it.
Yeah,
like, all right, we're done. Yeah, that's it. The Ghostbusters are.
And see, and like
or at least the
and I understand that like that's how it just would be like that. His nod was the best nod.
Yeah.
Right?
It
There's
was
a
pretty
bust of
empty.
him
I
in
thought
the
I
back,
figured-
and
I
that's
thought
the
I
end of
finished
it.
it
And
off.
then
I
it
think
was
you
like,
hide
let's
the
shove
label.
everyone else down your throat.
Yeah.
Even to the point of like Ernie Hudson and Sigourney Weaver being like such afterthoughts. Of just
Yeah.
like, it's like, why?
I like Andy Pasta. Andy Pasta.
Andy Pasta was
And actually, Dan Aykroyd though. Dan Aykroyd is my favorite bit because he felt like he fit in that universe.
Yeah.
Like he's just okay with ghosts being around.
Sure. Yeah.
I like that about him.
ain't
Anyway,
afraid no ghosts.
so
It's gonna be
it's
a
funny because like you were very pro Ghostbusters
Going in, I was like, my main thing was like, I like Paul Feig as a director.
Yeah.
I like Melissa McCarthy's movies. I like Kate McKinnon. I like what's happening here. I like the idea of, hey, we're making an all, like, you know, when the internet was like, oh, all females. Like, that's actually a cool idea. I'd rather see that than we're rebooting Ghostbusters and it's four dudes. And it's like, well, no, like, why, let's do something different. We're going to do it. But the problem is it wasn't different enough. You know what I mean? Where it was like, you had a great core concept of this. They're in a Chinese food restaurant. All right, that's all very interesting. But then it was, let's bring all these touchstones in that you don't need anymore. Like, even that trailer when it was like, 30 years ago. I'm like, you are in a different universe. You're confusing everyone. You're fucking up your own marketing.
Like, hey, remember that? Remember that?
But yeah, like Paul, like I would go back to when they started filming. Like I'll never forget one of the ghost heads that I follow tweeted at Paul and was like, hey, like we'd love to make cosplay for this. It'd be great if you could share eventually the things. And he was like, oh, and he started tweeting out diagrams of the new traps and the new packs. And it was like, he
Salty?
gets what it is. Like you know
Yeah.
what I mean? He gets what this fandom was. It's just the movie got off track. I think.
Yeah.
Let me give you a shot.
It's gonna be a sad day with a Back to the Future remake.
That will never happen.
That will never happen.
to do that.
Because
Can't do that.
Bob
Zemeckis never gonna let it
Orsi and Zemeckis
Gale.
have both.
Bob Gale.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
They both come out and said.
We own the rights.
Yeah, they own the rights until I'm dead. Even then, my family will get it, and they will.
And what I understand is like in their last will and testament is like they pass the rights off to their children, but they are barred from ever being able to remake it or do anything.
Yeah,
with it.
they've specifically come out and said, yeah,
It's-
we will.
and that was the
That won't hold up though.
It will.
One of those
will.
kids just needs a
have
coke
anything to
habit,
chase
and then it's all over.
The thing I keep going
Not
back to
anymore,
about
though.
all
You
of
should
this
probably
though
get
is the fact of this is the same thing where studios want to keep putting out these remakes and reboots and all this different shit. Total Recall, it doesn't work the same way. But Ghostbusters, if they would have said, hey everybody, Ghostbusters is let's re-release Ghostbusters as a real movie, not one night only, one weekend only bullshit. Let's actually recut trailers and put them up and do all these different things. Like I think you get audiences to go back,
absolutely.
be like, hey, there is this awesome movie that you've never seen, but you could go. Like I'm talking about for kids.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think is the next franchise that'll be like remade that we haven't heard about already?
See, that's the truth. What hasn't already been optioned? What hasn't Max
thing.
Landis already written?
What's the next franchise? I mean, because they did Power Rangers. That would have been my guess.
Yeah,
a little
I'm
while
seeing
ago.
Power Rangers tonight. Actually, I'm excited to see it. What are you doing tonight? Are you still here?
Yeah, I'm filming some stuff.
You wanna go see Power Rangers?
Stop it.
Maybe.
I got an extra ticket, 8:30.
Okay.
If you wanna go see it.
Okay.
He bruises
Is
easily.
it at the
Jack.
Alamo? I bruise like a banana.
That's right. It's right across the street.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I haven't been to that one yet.
it's nice. They have individual seats, so they have like leather seats with like electric controls that like raise your feet up,
See?
and they have individual tables. Like everyone has their own table
Now,
and can get in.
And this is the thing. I love Alamo Drafthouse. Even San Francisco's broke-ass version of food. The thing about it, where you said it's the best theater in America, I still stand by that iPick is the best theater. You been doing iPick? Only been to one up in Seattle. It's you go in and it's a theater of maybe 50 seats. They're all individual recliners. Everybody has a brand new blanket and a pillow, and you recline. And when you need something, you hit a button, and like this guy scurries over. He's like, and there's no light because like that is the thing about Alamo, where it's great, but it is like there's lights and people are crossing all the time.
Yeah.
and sort of stuff.
I'm
surprised they haven't gone to-
class.
Why'd you open that?
Is it low class?
No, gold
class.
Because I think
That's
gold
another
class
chain
got
of theater.
bought.
Oh, I only know
There you
iPick.
go.
Compensate, yeah.
Because we had a gold class in Austin. It was that
Yeah.
basically. But I don't know if they got bought by iPick or what.
Sure.
I'm surprised they haven't gone to like a digital ordering system. Like just
Yep.
have it so you just hit a button on something.
Yeah,
and
somebody
the food
will
just comes.
eventually, right?
Yeah. it'll get
Until
there.
day and date gets here.
Well, then they'll
future.
just have scanners come out and go. Beep, 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 beep. This is what he's hungry for. I know his personality. I'm just gonna
What's
assume.
going on in that stomach?
Like I didn't order this, but okay.
So, I mean, we got a new Beauty and the Beast. We got a new.
I feel like now we're getting. I
Disney's
feel like
gonna work their whole.
we're
catalog,
getting into
right?
shit that I'm too old for, but like what, like a Beast Wars or a Gargoyles or something like right. Somebody's got to be working on these
Darkwing
scripts.
Duck.
Dude, I
Darkwing
forgot about gargoyles.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There's something going on there.
How do you forget about it?
I don't know because I
Muppets
had
already
little
been
color
remade.
changing gargoyles.
Yeah, they never went away. Muppets just keep doing
They're
it.
not gonna touch
every
Blues
5-10
Brothers,
years,
right?
they just
No,
drop one.
sadly, but probably for the best. I shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you know what? Blues Brothers is a Chicago native I love. And
Yeah.
this is a fun. I told this story on other shows, but that was the thing of for Let's Play Live Chicago. Tim's like, "Oh, we need to do stuff," and I'm like, "Dude, let's dress as the Blues Brothers and come out." And he's like, "No one will get that reference because Tim's
I
not
would
going to
have
be."
loved that.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Fuck you, no, they won't." And I texted my cousin who was bringing her two kids who are in high school. I'm like, "Hey, if we did a Blues Brothers routine, would the kids get that?" She's like, "No, they wouldn't get that."
Horse shit.
Kids don't know Blues
It's
Brothers.
fair.
anymore.
Yeah, but I
Josh
think
can
it's
do a Blues
they're-
Brothers
yeah.
joke,
Yeah.
then you can do a Blues Brothers
Even
joke.
how long ago was Drake and Josh?
I don't know. Josh
guess
Beck is
That's
thin
still like
now.
a decade, right?
Ask the
Yeah,
audience
Josh
right
Beck
now.
is in good shape. And
Tweet us, hashtag
Drake
off
Bell
topic
is in
AH.
popular.
Do you
Let us
know?
know.
Would you like a Blues Brothers bit? Would that
Yeah,
make sense?
would that work?
I'm a soul man. And then you did.
Like, everyone's
now
gotta know
We play
that.
both kinds of music, country and
Dun,
western.
dun, dun, dun.
Love it.
Blues Brothers is a great, obviously amazing film, but Blues Brothers is one of those movies that I watch and I'm like, could have used some editing. We could have cut a lot of this out. So like, if you were gonna like reboot that and put it into,
Okay, we're gonna do this. Trevor?
This is what we get. We get
Let's
the
do
Jake and
it.
Josh version. And it's in 4x3 on Nick. So yeah, this is a bit old.
It's funny because I was just at Universal Studios and they have like a
pointed.
Blues Brothers bit where like they come out in the car and like
Yeah.
they play stuff and they play music and stuff.
Look at the bubbles.
Yeah.
They're like green.
That's another one where like we didn't need Blues Brothers 2000, and the audience spoke pretty clearly. We did not need that thing.
It
With
was
Dan Aykroyd.
not
all about it.
great.
Good man.
Prost.
Yeah.
No, keep it.
You guys are
keep it, is
drinking
what
this
you say.
shit?
I got
Oh,
that in.
salty
I got
liquor.
that,
Oh,
Yeah.
I got that in Helsinki.
it is salty.
Yeah, that stuff is disgusting.
It also
It's
says.
gross.
It also says from a village,
Yeah.
just somewhere,
That's where it's from.
Just letting you know.
It likes to be non-specific.
Dude.
and then it immediately tells you where.
Sorry, I feel like
That
this
village
is
is.
very much a movie theme.
Oh, now
It
the-
is.
now
People
the
are like,
salt's
oh, welcome
kicking
to
in.
Off
It's
the
nice
Show.
because I know Greg watches movies, and I'm like, I can talk
Greg's a
movies
movie
with
guy.
Greg, so that makes me happy. So I want to go on your show. Like,
Yeah,
I want to go on for any of the Marvel movies. Like, I can talk MCU for days.
We booked our tickets for Guardians. If you want to come out and do Guardians at the Alamo with us.
When is Guardians? Is that May?
Thursday, May something or other. Yeah, first week of May, like the.
I'm coming off Let's
6th,
Play
7th.
Live.
First.
We'll see. We'll see. Maybe.
Are you one of the Wednesday
maybe we'll do.
peoples?
Maybe we'll do Thor.
Okay.
Or is it Thor then Spider-Man or Spider-Man then Thor? I think it's Spider-Man then Thor.
I think it's Spider-Man and Thor because
So may-
Spider-Man's June, right?
Maybe Spider-Man then.
Okay.
Are
Is that
you?
right?
Wonder Woman is the day before Kind of Funny Live 3 if you want to come to
Spider-Man.
Kind of Funny Live 3.
I do want to come to Kind of Funny Live 3.
KindofFunny.com/KFL3 if you want to come to Kind of Funny Live 3. Last year we had Cisco and Bernie. Who will we have this year? Who knows?
Bam.
RoosterTeatLive.com. Go.
Fuck off!
Take
No,
it-
they don't need your help.
Let's live East Coast tour. Just saying, Baltimore, Newark, Orlando, Tampa.
Go to
Buy tickets.
Tampa!
Tampa's great.
Everybody
loves
wants to
Tampa.
go to
Tampa.
Newark.
We're going to be announcing some stuff coming up for each of the individual shows.
I have something I want to do in Tampa. I want
What are you going to do with
Atlanta's got to
The
go
thing I
north
picked-
now
the
because
thing
their,
I-
their highways are all crumbled.
The thing I said I wanted to do.
The thing you said
Is
you
it
wanted to
Hogan?
do?
In Grand Theft
There's a
Auto.
thing happening
Oh,
at Tampa.
yeah. Okay,
okay.
yeah. I can announce something right now. So if you go to
Okay.
RoosterTeatLive.com, buy tickets for the shows. We are going to be. I'm going to say it. We are going to be
Risking it.
Promise something.
revisiting. We are going to be revisiting heists each individual show. So every show will have a different heist in
that what
GTA
we're doing?
5.
But like a Let's
Okay,
Play Live
yes.
version.
Right.
Okay.
It's gonna be a kind of a smaller version, but we're gonna go back and do a bunch. Like every show will have a different version of a heist, which will end in Tampa, which is gonna be a new heist.
A new heist.
So anyway, there you go. RoosterTeatLive.com. Buy your tickets right now.
I'm excited.
Go to all 4 shows. You can see all
Down,
4.
bow, down, bow.
Every show is different.
Sort of.
So, oh wait, yeah. Even if you went to 2 shows, it would be it would be completely different if you go.
I think people would have enjoyed that regardless of not getting the direct reference.
I would like to think so, but you
I
never
mean,
know.
that's true.
Bobby Collins says Drake and Josh is the reason why I know the Blues Brothers.
Good enough.
Spherical.
They bridged the gap, and you
There you
can
go.
bridge
They
it
pulled it
even
forward.
further.
Further,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That was 2004
There you go.
when they did the thing on Drake and Josh.
So I guess it is old
And
enough
it was
that
an
like
old reference when they did.
I was gonna say it's 4 years removed from Blues
I
Brothers.
know the
2000.
next live action franchise that's gonna happen.
What's
what
that?
is it?
Cat Dog.
They're
They're
gonna
gonna do a
stitch-
live action.
It's gonna come out of
I heard the
Russia.
camera guy go.
They're gonna
Live
take,
action cat dog.
it's gonna happen in Russia. They're gonna slice 2 animals in half and put them together.
I think the cat dog might be the computer generated part of it.
I don't know, man.
It might be a Garfield
They'll
situation.
die a
Yeah,
rabbit queen. They'll be
You
rancid
hear what they're
rabbit.
doing in Russia right now, right?
Winslow will be the blue mouse with the big nose.
Spherical! Have you?
Now, if we can throw it out, can we throw the photo back up? There's
Throw it
no
up.
problem with this. It's just like, fuck this guy for losing so much.
Okay, here's Josh.
It's like for me, it was a big. I was already too old. To be,
Spherical.
I was old. I was an old man. I was about to graduate college when this show's on. But I'm like, shout out to you, fat kid, for getting on and having your own show. And then he's
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm gonna lose all this weight and be hot. I'm like,
And now
fuck
he's
you,
hot.
kid,
Now he's
for
hot.
making me think you're a fucking hot
And
kid.
you know what Drake Bell's got going on apparently?
Who?
What does Drake Bell have going on?
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's apparently a really, really like doing well, popular musician.
Sure.
In Mexico.
Really?
What?
Apparently his CDs.
I
sell
knew he
very
was
well in
attacking
Mexico.
It's like
Bieber
a,
on
it's like
Twitter.
a
He
Hasselhoff
did
thing.
have a social fight with Bieber.
Yeah.
Him and yeah.
He's like he's got to stay
That's
relevant.
He's not gonna win.
Yeah.
No. That's as surprising as finding out that Jeremy Renier or whatever is a fucking house flipper.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
You know what else does that? Vanilla Ice does that. Vanilla
Yeah,
Ice
but
repairs houses
he's
themselves.
got like
What
a
else
show.
does he have going
he's
on?
flipping at a different level.
Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, no. If you look, he's got like a whole website where
Yeah,
he
I
talks
checked
about
it out.
interior design and
I
shit.
saw
And it's
that.
like he's flipping houses for. He buys them for like $1
He's
million and
Hawkeye. Of
sells them
course,
for
he's
like
gonna be
$7.
into
I
interior
know.
design.
It's fucking crazy. If you got the money.
Really odd
No, just kidding.
reading his shit, and he's like, yeah, a plant over here in the corner. Really
Yeah,
kinda
he's like,
sets
yeah,
This is
off-
Hawkeye. Hawkeye.
This is Hawkeye.
A Ficus would do
Who
well
turned
in this
down
corner.
MI6 for the Marvel Universe.
He did.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
smart.
if you had to
Understandable.
decide, I mean,
Go with Marvel.
feel
He'll
like
have a bigger role in Mission Impossible 6, but he can also stay in the Marvel Universe by doing, a Civil War, or not Civil
What's
War.
he
Avengers
turned it out to
2,
be
3.
in? It was
Ant-Man
which one? Yeah.
And the Wasp.
the Wasp.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So-
It's
Nice.
that.
I mean, I would.
on.
I was
Look
really
at-
interested in Ant-Man,
look
and
how
I'm really
hot you
excited for
got.
where that's going.
And what's her name?
Look at that hot boy.
Michael Pena is going to be back for Ant-Man 2. Or
how
Ant-Man and the
hot.
Wasp is what they said. So.
Jared.
Josh,
Look
guys.
This is how we do the blue roll.
Here, hold on. I'm gonna
Blue roll.
before.
Is that a
Before,
dessert?
look at him.
Oh.
Spherical, and then he's like triangular. Oh.
Have you had him on the show yet? Because he does like
Josh
YouTube
Beck?
stuff.
If you're
Does he
watching,
really? Josh,
if you're
yeah.
watching,
Josh Beck, we would love to have you here.
Tag
please.
him on Twitter. Let him know we want him to be on a
Guys,
podcast.
we would like you to now assault Josh Beck with tweets, telling him to go
Definitely the way
be
to
on
get that
off
to
topic.
happen.
You can also come to
Look how hot he is!
boom!
Look what happened to him!
Look at
Like,
the pants.
God,
He sells a
first
lean.
off, what a fucking pro maneuver of like, do you think they showed him the other one, like lean like you did when you were fat? And he's like, all right.
No, he just leans like that in every picture.
He's like, oh, it's back.
scoliosis.
They rotate cameras like 14 degrees to make sure he always looks like
Why
a
is the
fancy-
house in Drake and Josh off kilter? No, that's just.
They're on a hill in
Don't worry
San
about it.
Francisco.
Yeah.
Dude,
What's
Dude.
up?
you know what I'm gonna
Dude.
do for the first time ever in my life
Pee.
today after this? I'm gonna go through a car wash. I've never done it.
Really?
Never in my life.
Like
Are
in the
you
back of a
a-
truck.
What an odd
you a hand
touchstone
washer?
of life that you're now
I've
going
always
to experience.
Do you get out?
What?
Somebody else does it, or do you hand wash?
No, the ones where you like the car goes through.
You
the
put your car
Are
in
you
neutral.
going
Yeah,
one
like
right
the one-
here?
Yeah.
Be careful because that gas station in particular, they steal credit cards. Like,
Yes.
I got my card skimmed over there.
Yep.
And that like it's a thing where like lots of people got their card skimmed.
Oh, really?
So if you ever use
Yeah.
it, make sure to pull on the damn thing.
Well,
to
you
make
mean the
sure.
actual gas station thing?
Yeah,
I just
but-
want to use the car.
I just don't go
Yeah.
there. I go to HEB, and like ever since I saw that on Reddit, I was like,
Yeah.
Avoid-
Oh, I always wiggle the things now.
Yeah, actually
I'm
grab it and pull.
are you talking
so-
about
Wait,
the
on
credit
Reddit?
card, the slider?
Like
No,
the
the
Austin Reddit
the
is like
Austin-
don't go to the HEB
yeah.
car wash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not HEB. The fast track is what it is. But yeah, they were like
Across the
literally.
street.
I was like, it's funny because I got my card skimmed, and I think it was in Chicago actually for Let's Play Live.
Sure.
And I started getting like charges in Austin. I was like, what is this? And then I was like, I canceled it. But yeah, sure enough.
What's up,
There was
broski?
there was a Reddit post that was like, oh yeah, this one in particular they
I think
they
the
steal
brand
cards.
new
Hey, it's
keggy.
Bernie Burns,
It's working.
everybody.
Hey!
Bernie, aren't you? You should be
I'll hang
filming
on to
Laser
it for
Team
Michael.
2 right now, right?
Nope, let me smack your hand there, buddy.
How's Laser
Just-
Team 2 going,
He's
Bernie?
like, here.
I'm not there at the moment, so it's
I'll
going
give this to
fantastic.
Michael.
It's been going really, really well. The
You guys,
cast-
this is starting week, right?
Yes, yeah, and some of us are on different days. Like Hi, Greg.
Hey, how you doing, Bernie?
I
Good to see
don't
you.
even think that Gavin's done a day on it yet. Where are the glasses?
So where's
Take
Gavin
a,
then?
take a flex cup.
$1 million butt.
Oh yeah, he's $1
$1
million
million
butt.
butt today.
Got it.
There
Represent.
you go.
Yeah, screw attack. There it is.
Fuck you.
No achievement hunter or off topic.
Well, I mean, really, I guess it's fuck you game attack, right? Like I don't care about
Usually-
screw attack guys are
we
always
did
nice.
shots
they're
out of
good,
game
yeah.
attack.
Stuttering
Yeah.
Chris, though, I've always hated.
Yeah,
It's terrible.
the-
We drank shit out of
Craig, you
them.
mean?
I got fucked up on Game
What?
Attack here.
It's Craig, not Chris.
Trevor, can we get you?
Really?
do you
I
have
said
meetings
that-
That doesn't sound right at all.
I'm not gonna get blackout. No.
He's not.
All right, no, hang on.
Chris
Yeah, what?
Skittermas.
Yeah,
No, that's
there you go.
Craig.
Craig.
Yeah,
Craig?
We're talking about the same guy? Chris, who
Skistimus.
founded Screw Attack.
yeah, it's Craig.
Yeah, Craig.
I've had dinner with him. I've called
Stuttering
him Chris.
Craig?
Are you serious? Stutter? Did you call him
Dude,
Stuttering Chris?
Don't stop. Just keep doing it. We'll all do it now.
You should really double
Don't-
down on
Don't all
that,
do it. Don't.
Yeah.
Craig
This is
Skistimus.
a low running joke, so you should all do it.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, no, we should
I
all
mean,
know.
yeah, Stuttering Chris, he's hilarious.
I like
Chris
that
and
we're turning
Sam.
Greg's mistake into the long play.
It really is a long thing. I've been doing it since we kicked his ass at RTX.
I mean, that's not saying much.
Oh,
though.
sorry. I was a
Michael?
little late on that one.
If you're watching, and I know you're not,
Bye, Bernie.
I'll give this to you the next time you're on off topic.
Put it
Put it in the tip jar.
Drop it, yeah,
No,
wherever
I'm
the
gonna-
tip
no,
jar
hang
was.
on.
You gonna hold on to it? Okay.
I'm gonna hang on to it.
Sky love.
It might appreciate a
all
bit
it
your
is.
pocket.
Watch out, we got garbage on the
Kicking
floor.
everything over
We've
here.
literally set
Was it the
traps
cane?
all around here. There's even a cup.
Oh,
on
the
the
cane's
floor
over
there.
here.
So, Trevor,
Yes.
do you have
Couple.
meetings after this?
Maybe.
You do?
One.
Okay, cool.
We're good. It's gonna get real salty in
He's
here
He's supposed
right
to have
now.
a meeting with us, right? Like we're having a 30-minute meeting later today.
No, we shot that down.
Oh, Ryan killed it.
Well,
Ryan was
salty this
real.
morning. Holy shit.
Ryan was in a
walked
mood.
through the door and
Trevor
I just
came in.
shit
Trevor
on
was like,
Trevor.
I have this idea where like every Friday we'll talk about what we're doing. And
To be
Ryan's
fair, it
like,
was
fuck
Friday and
you.
Monday, and
was Friday
It
and
was
Monday,
amazing.
which-
I saved you.
You got real
Okay.
sassy. Though.
I got a bit sassy.
could've
I wasn't
just
awake
been
enough. I saved you
constructive.
from
But
what
here's the deal. That,
There's
could,
like
that was that 30-minute
constructive
meeting
and
would
then
last about
there's
5
sass.
minutes. Like, okay, what's going on?
Michael
Okay.
would have
Okay,
bent
good,
you
we're done.
over a table if you had suggested that to him. You know he would have.
Okay, well here's the only thing I'm gonna say, Trevor, about the whole meeting thing. Let's have a meeting right now.
Let's have a meeting right now.
Let's
Call
have
the meeting
let's talk right now.
Order!
All right,
Yeah,
Trevor.
Greg-
so
Grayson
what's
touched-
coming out?
We touched hands.
What's doing good this week?
Someone.
Who's got something to say?
Oh, so
Everything on Achievement Hunter is doing really well right now. Let's Play is having some issues this week. So that's what we know, right?
that's
YouTube's freaking out. Everything's
What are
over.
they freaking out
What's
about?
up?
What do I do?
Let's play kind of.
We had a rough week on Let's Play, but
happened?
Achievement Hunter.
Not enough dicks.
Not
We
We did a
great
lot of
way to
sponsored
go.
content. Fans don't like that. We released a video that we shouldn't have released, and I said we shouldn't have released.
Which
Which
that?
one was it?
Might have been the Mass Effect stream. It
Oh,
was like we really
oh,
should
yeah.
re-record that.
Listen,
Okay.
boys. Sometimes you just gotta do.
Here, Trevor, before we have any of these
It was almost
conversations-
like you wanted an accent, but you didn't know how to do it.
No, I was gonna leave the
Boys.
accent. I was mostly gonna say something real, but I'm not saying that
That stuff reeks.
live.
Oh yeah, salmiakki. You should try
Yeah.
some.
Oh, hey.
I will not.
Are you drinking it, Ryan?
Smell it.
No.
Take a good whiff.
No,
of
I
it.
can
Ryan,
smell
how
it.
Ryan, it's Friday.
Get it up there.
Ryan, how was Japan? Have we talked
was
about
great.
Japan?
Oh shit!
You went to Japan.
I did go to Japan. It was,
Jinx.
it was a lot of fun.
Good. All right. Good summary of Japan.
You know, it's.
You spent like a week in Japan. Yeah, but it was pretty good. Like, what else happened?
How much
What
ramen,
did you-
Geoff? Did you eat some ramen?
I ate a lot of ramen.
Fuck yeah, you did.
Yeah, ramen's good.
Dude, it is very.
I heard
Even
you were on
just
a
random-
you were on a news broadcast. Or you got interviewed for something.
We stepped off the plane. It was the weirdest.
So you and your wife stepped off the plane.
Of this reality.
So yeah, I step off the plane. We're waiting on the
didn't say
Martin
no?
Wong, who's the photographer that was coming with us,
Okay.
to get off because he was on a different flight. We're standing there. We've been there for 30 minutes, and we get approached by a news agency in Japan.
Nice.
Who just want to
They're like, you're
They're
white.
like-
We want to talk to you.
basically. I think that was it. Was like, hey, and that one stands out a bit because he's up here.
We also got white skin, blue eyes,
And
like,
tall.
Tall.
light,
Tall
lighter
will
hair.
make you stick out.
I think it's Donald
really?
Trump. Go get him.
And then yeah.
I walk into Asian countries and just blend.
Well, they were,
They call you the mimic.
All right, so you got
they were just
interviewed.
fascinated by the whole you work on YouTube thing, though. They stuck on that for a while, and he really wanted to like get.
So they just
he
walked
wanted
up
numbers.
to you cold. They're
walked
like,
up to us cold.
we're here and we want to interview you about you.
I think it was maybe they were like interviewing people that. Oh, look, it's my head.
Look at that hair.
We did a cosplay shoot for Cowboy Bebop.
Is that your real
God.
hair?
What?
It is, yeah.
For some reason.
It grew
You
in.
you
It
clean
filled
shaven
out.
doesn't work, Ryan. Don't.
I think
don't
it looks
ever,
really good. You look super young.
Is that what it is? Oh, it's the shade. It's the clean
That's, yeah,
shave.
it's clean shaven makes.
I
you
was
look
like, why
super
does he
young.
look so like?
He
much
looked a
younger
lot
right
different.
now?
He looked
Get
a
rid of
lot
this.
different.
No, you gotta
No,
have
but I
a
like
little,
that,
little
though.
going on there. Yeah,
It's-
it's like little-
Like because
This is
it's
how I
like,
had the
yeah,
fact
it makes
I'm
you look younger,
45.
makes you look too young.
Too young?
Yeah, like
45.
clean shave. When I'm clean shaven, I look like I'm 13.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
clean shaven. I look like
Except
a
for
fucking
the
turtle.
death in my eyes, that doesn't go away.
Right. It's
You got eye death.
It's for your audio listeners right there. That's Jeremy staring into the camera, looking dead.
That's what I do almost
We'll
every
just put
show.
a
All right, so they interview. So they just like cold interviewed
Cold
you.
interview,
They're
yeah.
like,
and
"Hi,
they
you're
kept going.
American."
It was like a half hour too.
Jesus.
They just kept going.
Were they fluent in English?
By
or
the
was it
way,
broken
No,
English?
it was a
Yeah.
translator that.
Oh,
had,
Oh, okay.
Well,
Cheers.
Cheers.
Come by.
goodbye.
keep us. So
But yeah, no, they just walked up and were like, "Oh, why
Okay.
you travel to Japan?"
Ugh.
And then they kept going deeper and deeper. And the guy was once he found out kind of what we did, then he needed numbers.
Did he ask
Like,
for
it
a
was
job?
like he
Man,
didn't do that,
The
but
salt.
It's gross.
It's
Just stop.
the
Everybody
salt.
stop talking.
Yeah.
He'll go away. Anthony Carboni's filming you right
Oh,
now. If you
son
stop
of a
talking,
bitch.
Anthony Carboni will go away.
Son of a bitch. So okay, so
Who's
you
that?
were there. So I love the idea of Japan, but I'm
What is it-
terrified
what
of
is this?
going
What's
for
happening?
fear
It's
that
Anthony Carboni.
I will like I've
What is
only
this
been to a
filming
couple
for?
countries where I don't speak the native
Anthony
language.
Carboni being Anthony Carboni.
And so what's it like being in Japan
know what
as someone
you're
who
saying right
doesn't speak Japanese? Like if I went there without a translator and just like all I had was like a phone, like how would it be for me? Like if I was
honestly,
telling
I
you-
think it was worse for Martin.
It's good.
it's good.
Yeah, it's easy. It's fine. I'm just here from the
way.
Japan Travel Board.
Oh, okay, nice.
You're
Well,
gonna do great over
It's
there.
all
You're gonna have a
wonderful. Yeah, no, it's great.
Perfect.
I mean, well, I had two things going for me. One, Meg speaks some Japanese, so she was
Really?
able to. Yeah,
Yeah, I thought
she
she
was
was.
several
I
years
heard
ago,
she was
yeah.
like fluent. Or
She's
is she
not really
close?
like fluent, but she's close enough
Yeah.
that she can communicate
Sure.
with most people. I think it was
That's
worse.
awesome.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it really is.
You being whitey guy, they're not going to expect you to speak any Japanese, so you
Yeah.
can kind of get away with it. But unfortunately, the camera guy that went with us, Martin Wong, is Chinese. And as much as that a lot of people say that there's a big enough distinction between Chinese and Japanese, at least feature-wise, I don't know if it's because he was next to two white people, but
white people.
everyone just would assume that he was
Yeah.
Japanese.
We
So-
did the same thing. We went to 2 years ago. We went on a giant trip to at Thanksgiving, and it was a whole bunch of us. But our friend Cindy came, who's the wife of one of my really good friends, and she's Asian. And so we'd walk into places, and like Warren Price, who would start trying to talk. I don't know why I'm dropping names, you don't know. But or another friend would start talking, and they would look at him, and then they would just start talking Japanese to her. And she's like, I don't know what the fuck you're saying. Please stop.
But I mean, Google Translate will get you through a lot. You can just talk into it. And it'll
Really?
talk. Yeah,
Oh,
it'll
that's really
translate
awesome.
back and forth.
That's funny because I remember on Spaceship Earth back in the day, like at Disney World in Orlando, they would have this thing where it's like it was two people talking. It was like an American kid and a Japanese kid talking, and it was like the computer translates for them, and it's like, oh, we're living in that reality.
Yeah.
It's like this is the distant future. It's like, oh no, it's
Man, I
The
forgot
ones-
how
no.
shit that ride is until
Oh,
I
it's
went on it.
yeah. I've been
What
on
ride?
multiple versions of it. I've been on the Ellen version of it.
The
I've been on
golf
the,
ball.
I've been on the Jeremy Irons
Oh.
version of it. I've been on the I think Julie Andrews did a version of it. Yeah, they keep trying to update it, but it's like as they update, it's like, oh fuck, we just put the animatronic in, but now they're doing
Like
that
Kat and I were
for
going
real.
around, like going to everything, we were there so long that we were like, we want to try and be on everywhere. We were there too long.
Yeah.
Like, don't go as long as we went. We were in Disney for 6 full days.
Oh
No,
wow, that's way too
That sounds
much.
way too much.
Like, we had the passes. It was just like, fuck that. We ended up walking, I think, like 90,000 steps, like, in
Wow.
the course of like what we did. Because
Do Disney 3 days, do Universal 2 days.
that's what we said, yeah.
Yeah.
Or 4 days in Disney might be okay. And then,
Yeah,
like,
I mean, Hollywood Studios right now is pretty pared down because they've wiped out half the park for Pixar Land and Star Wars
Right.
Land. So,
So,
there's like
like-
4 rides at Hollywood Studios.
so
I
like,
love Hollywood Studios.
And and like the lines there, like there was like 90-minute lines if you didn't have a fast pass and shit. But like we were at the end of our day, we're like, it was like day 5 or 6, because we went to Universal one of them, but we were there 7 days total. And so we were like, let's just go to Epcot again, I guess, because Epcot's fun. We can like walk around the world and just eat and drink the whole time, which is what we did. I would just go to Germany and drink. And so we were in Epcot again. I was like, oh, we've never been on Spaceship Earth. Have you ever been on that? She's like, no, because she never really went to Disney. And I was like, all right, well, it's kind of like the staple of Epcot is like this thing. Let's go on it. And I sat on it. And as soon as we started moving, I was like, oh, yeah, it's shit. Like, this ride sucks. Like, I totally forgot about that. It's like, in the future,
Spaceship Earth.
robots will vacuum. Oh, and I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Spaceship
about
Earth
this.
is the ride that high school kids go on to make out. Like that's basically all it is.
Exactly.
Oh, did you guys
what it
make
was.
out?
No, I was too
well,
Wasted
disgusted.
opportunity.
I was
I
too
know.
disgusted with what I was seeing.
I hate the future. Let's
But,
go back.
Yeah,
I was like,
it's like
this
that.
ride makes
Marty,
it
we
less
gotta go back.
attractive.
It's like that, and then the automated people mover at Magic Kingdom. Those are the ones that is like just high school kids go to make out on because it just goes in dark alleys and it's like all right, make out. All right,
Jack
back
knows
out.
all the high school makeout
I
points.
worked there, man. Like,
Oh, yeah?
because
Oh, shit.
you know where to bus kids. I guess.
forgot about that.
They don't know it, but their camera's recording all of it.
Oh,
That's
no,
fine with
100%.
me.
No, there's night vision
Disney
cameras
gone
on
wild.
all
If
of
someone
those
wants to
rides.
jack off to me making out, go for it. So I tried to get Kat on every ride that because I've been there. This was my 3rd time there. I went there when I was really little, and then I went there when I was part of a marching band, because they have like the whole parade.
Sure.
So I
You
went
in a
there for
marching
that.
band?
I was in a marching
What
band.
What did you?
play?
Yeah.
Trumpet.
Trumpet.
Dude, there was a whole section in Disney World where like there's a guy with a saxophone solo, and then me and another trumpeter would lift him up on our shoulders.
Oh,
and play,
shit.
and he'd play
Like,
the solo.
if I give you a trumpet right now, can you belt out some tunes?
I could maybe play
Need a
Under the Sea
trumpet?
from Little Mermaid.
1901 East 51st Street, Austin, Texas,
Send a trumpet.
78723. Send a trumpet for Jeremy.
I'll play a trumpet. I
can
remember
probably
some of
still
it.
go
I
up
could
the
definitely- I
scales.
could definitely do a scale.
I could get up the scale to
But
like
I think I could do Under the
Can
Sea.
you do like
Didn't Matt also
you
play a
still do
trumpet?
the
We could
part
do like
in-
a little trumpet.
Or can you
I could do taps.
Can you do taps?
I could
Okay.
definitely do taps.
Could you do the part right now in Lou Bega, Mambo number 5, when he's
Oh,
like,
shit.
in the trumpet? I'm like,
A trumpet.
Got it. But so we were like, I was
I
saying,
just want a let's play where Jeremy just busts out a trumpet and starts playing some.
I could maybe do it.
Some
And
rock
so
band
we,
thing.
Yeah.
God, if
I
someone
was
sends a
discussing
trumpet.
like, there's all these rides that I used to love, like when I was a kid, and then when I went back. Oh, I've actually been. This was my 4th time there. I totally forgot. I went with my family again later on when I could drink. And that's why I forgot. Like I was saying, there's all these rides that I love as an adult, and there's ones that I loved as a kid, and then there's some that nobody loves, but everyone goes on because they're at Disney.
They're just spending
Yeah.
time.
That's what Spaceship Earth is. It's like
Sure.
everyone hates it, but it's there. And so the one ride that's like that we didn't get to go on was It's a Small World.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone
Yeah.
fucking hates that ride. And the best part about it is
But you have to experience it.
you
don't
have to
wanna-
experience it, and it's just a bunch of kids. Like you're going out in like this shitty boat, like with warm piss water all around you that I hate.
Why would you touch it?
I don't.
You have to. It's part of the ride.
Yeah,
There's
the
a
boat's
splash
it's always
bar.
kind
Your hand
of
and
moist.
take
The
a sip
boat's
of
always kind
water.
of moist.
I am the lizard queen.
And there's a bunch of kids just singing "It's a Small World" over again, like while they're.
Have you ever been
animated.
stuck in that
Right.
ride? You gotta.
Yes.
You must have been stuck.
Yeah.
As a
When you get to
kid,
the- when you get to the end of it, it always starts backing up.
as a
right
kid,
there.
I've always been I stuck in probably half the rides I've been in.
But
Stuck in the Peter Pan ride. I'm like
So
hanging
go
sideways.
nowhere with Trevor.
But I'm stuck in the, and they're like, the animatronics are still singing It's a Small World as I'm losing my mind, stuck and just waiting to get out of there.
What I've always loved about that ride, though, is that you're going through, and it's a bunch of different countries. And it's like, so they're always dressed up in whatever their, like, native garb is.
Sure.
Right. And so you get to...
Or what someone thinks their native garb would be.
You get to... What I swear it says it's Ireland.
Yeah.
Right? But he's playing bagpipes, so it must be Scotland.
Yeah.
But you know, whatever.
I think the bagpipes cross.
They probably cross.
They're
But it says Ireland.
It's a small world.
And
it's a small world.
I love it.
Yeah,
There's
mush them
one
together.
kid for Ireland standing there playing the bagpipes,
belting it,
ruining it. Like the song is all totally fine, and then the bagpipes are so off key and off time.
He's just
it's a small world. And like he's kind of playing the tune, and I'm like, that's
You'd
it.
think after decades of playing, he would have gotten better.
Yeah.
No, he's just standing there.
We talked about for Let's Play Live, roosterteeth.com/live or roosterteethlive.com.
Kind of funny.com
no, that's
KFL3.
We talked about going to Disney World or going to a theme park. Unfortunately, as of right now, we're literally doing the Orlando show and getting on a bus and going to Tampa. So maybe Busch Gardens. So if you're in Tampa, maybe we go to Busch
Kind
Gardens.
of funny Live 3. We'll hang out with you.
One day,
dude.
one day we're gonna get all of Achievement Hunter to go to fucking Disney World. Man.
Hell yeah.
Rage,
I am
rock
100%
shit.
into that. We go to fucking Space Mountain.
We'll meet we'll meet Chris on Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yeah, Chris.
They gave me a card.
Shout out to Chris over
Biggest
there at Rock and Roller
mistake. We're all
Coaster.
going.
He hooked me up. It was awesome.
Yeah,
Charge that
Chris
bitch.
hooked up me and Jack with fucking Hollywood
Oh, you
Studios.
guys hooked up?
Yeah,
we
did.
met the same person
sweet.
who worked on the Rock and Roller Coaster.
They rode Spaceship Earth or whatever.
No, I rode
Do you,
I rode the Star Tours, and then I did Great Movie Ride where I used to work back in the day. It was crazy. I got stopped. I was walking to Great Movie Ride with Katie because she had never ridden it before. I'm like, oh, we should ride it because that's my ride. I used to do that one. And as we were walking there, like within the shadow of the building, I got stopped and asked for like a photo, which is like to me like that was fucking surreal and really cool. So I was like, this is pretty neat that I get to do something like that. So
in a similar
What years
story,
did you work? Sorry.
I worked 2002 and 2005.
Fuck
In 2002,
You got Andy, that's all you need.
In 2002, I did the Great Movie Ride, and then in 2005, I did the Backlot Tour, which is gone. It's been destroyed. So I used to talk about Michael Bay. It was awesome.
Oh sure.
Yeah, we talked
before
about
he had his freak out on stage.
Well, we talked about Pearl Harbor and everything, and so like we talked about the
That's a
water
downer, but
effects
okay.
and stuff. Yeah. So.
Fuck you. I was here to groom. I was here to groom you and see if you wanted to come to Kind of
Oh,
Funny.
you know what?
Now you know what? I know you
Chance.
don't.
He's got a
Well,
sweet
do you
deal
remember the ride, the Alien Breakout ride?
Yeah, Stitch's Great Escape now.
Well, now it's
Oh
yeah,
my
now it's
God.
Stitch. When I was a kid, like
Fucking
I
terrifying.
was all into the roller coasters, like the loops and everything. Nothing would scare me. That ride terrified me. That was
yeah.
like the one thing like in my childhood that scared me the most. And I
Trevor,
was
we
like,
had the same childhood, man.
yeah, like so
That
this
ride
was like
scarred me.
we had like all of our extended family there, so I'm like sitting next to my aunt, and it's like the Alien. It's from Alien, isn't it?
No.
Or is it
It was a
different?
big
it's just
brown
like
thing. Yeah.
Okay.
demon-looking thing.
In my memory, it's like the same.
It was an evil-looking thing.
But like the thing gets out, you know, you hear the footsteps and the breathing on your neck. I'm crawling up my like as much as you can because you're strapped in, like up my aunt, like ruining the ride for everybody. But like, yeah,
it's the
Those-
same idea.
What are they called? 4D rides? What are they called?
kinda,
yeah.
Something like
They,
that?
spray shit at
But
you.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's Stitch's Great Escape now, which actually they've toned down. Initially,
God.
it was like really scary. And actually, Tim Curry is in that ride. Like they have like a thing.
Trapped there?
Is he Pennywise?
they have like a robot that shows you how to do stuff, or at least it was when I went last time I
Yeah,
went on it. And like he was showing how to do stuff, and that's Tim Curry doing the narration for it.
I was so scared of that ride when I was a kid because my dad promised me it wasn't scary, and
Should listen to your dad.
took me on it.
But what does it say? I wanted to go back.
And like I got
the
so
next day
scared.
I
Want
was
to go
like-
back?
I was like, I want to challenge you.
Oh,
man,
really?
see?
Going back.
Go
I
on
know
Stitch.
now.
Go on Stitch.
No
It
way.
messes with your brain because you're
Really?
like, I remember this being fucked up and scary when I was a
Yeah.
kid.
It's
and
like
that's not-
buried in the like
But,
the depths of my mind.
I was so scared from it that I couldn't go into any dark areas for the rest of the trip.
Oh.
If a ride was dark, even if I knew it wasn't scary, I couldn't go on it. I was so scared. And in like some place, I bought a toy. They had like a toy Western gun.
Sure.
And you could like click the hammers back and they would snap back. And I
Yeah.
kept it under my pillow at night.
No.
Damn.
So I was like, when alien shows up, I'm
Gonna pop some
blasting.
aliens.
That's
Yeah,
adorable.
I'm like, I was
No,
so fucking scared.
In second grade, we went to Disney World, and Pirates of the Caribbean ruined the trip. Because
Really?
I don't
Yeah.
do rides. I don't handle rides well. For now as an adult, it's motion sickness that gets me.
Sure,
But as a
yeah.
kid, you don't really understand that. You just hate rides like that. And so when we were in line for Pirates of the Caribbean. It was like our second ride at Disney World. And my mom asked the attendant, like, is this a scary ride? She's like, no, it's just pirates. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So we get in the thing, and as you go, it goes. And I'm like, Mom, this sounds like a roller. It's just that first drop.
It has a little drop.
It has that drop, and like literally we hit the water, and I'm. I'm screaming in the entire ride. I am screaming, and I'm not screaming gibberish. I'm screaming, "Someone help me!" And my mom's like, "I'm here." I'm like, "Not you! The people behind the walls! Stop!" And I've ruined this ride for this entire group. And so then it was every time we went to another ride, it'd be like, "Is this a scary ride?" And they'd be like, "No." And my mom would be like, "The drop at Pirates of the Caribbean got him." And they'd be like, oh shit. Maybe then. I don't know. And like, it was the one, I don't remember it. It might have been the one you're talking about, where you get into it and it spins around, and it was you went from like a family's, like it's them dating, and then they have a kid, and the kids get older, and they're grandparents.
That's not Wheel of Innovation. Shit, what's it called? It's the Carousel of Progress.
Yep. And we got on, and my mom explains this all to them, like, it's not scary, and I'm like already in tears. Like, I'm already psyched myself up that this is scary, and the woman's like, "I'll stop it for you, and if you need to get off, you get off." I'm like, "Great." So it was like, you gotta be like, whoa, this is what's happening, and it went, boom, hard stop, no movement, it kept going. And I was like, "Thank you, lady." But that fucked everything up, and I didn't go back on Pirates of the Caribbean until like last year.
And now it has Johnny Depp in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Does it really?
It has Johnny Depp in it.
got
and
Jeffrey
it's got
Rush,
like
too.
a mist screen with Blackbeard or Davy Jones or whoever.
Does he start out as Colin Farrell and then just transition?
Maybe.
No. All right, let me read this real quick.
No.
All right, thanks to Warby Parker for supporting this episode of Off Topic. Warby Parker makes high-quality, stylish frames for prescription glasses. We're wearing prescription glasses. Warby Parker frames start at only $95, including prescription lenses, and lenses including anti-glare and anti-scratch coatings. For every pair you buy, Warby Parker distributes a pair to someone in need. That's quite nice of them. Warby Parker makes buying glasses online easy and risk-free with their free try-on program. You just go to warbyparker.com/off-topic, choose your 5 favorite frames, and they send them to you for free. You have 5 days to try them on and ask friends, family, colleagues for feedback, and decide which one you like best with no obligation to buy. Make sure you keep them the same damn thing.
Why, are we sending these back?
Oh yeah,
These are mine. This is literally the ones that I picked for me.
So these are yours.
I thought these are my glasses. Stop trying to take my real glasses.
All right, the home try-on kit ships free both ways. Once you've decided your favorite, send all 5 frames back using the prepaid shipping label. So there you go. So you can see these are the ones I picked for myself, so you can see them on other people. So Jeremy's got the ones, that's the clear ones. I kind of like the clear ones.
No, Anthony Carboni uses them. You don't want these.
Oh, does he?
Yeah,
oh, okay, well, I can't do that.
tainted,
These are actually Warby Parkers I'm wearing right now.
Those look really good.
Trevor, how you look
nice.
with glasses?
I don't know.
Ooh, I like Trevor's.
Those are pretty nice.
Shit.
They're kind of
Nice and
similar to mine. Like,
Hold on, let me. I want to
see,
try.
a little bit darker, but that's okay.
But he's got up close. He's got
I'm
like
not
a
bad- I'm not bad
titanium
with these.
blue
I
to
like
it.
these.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Oh yeah.
See, Jeremy has the ones that are just glass. They don't have the lower part of the frame. I like
I
that
don't like
too.
You like that?
Yeah.
I mean, Jeremy looks like he's about to do your taxes, which I'm not.
Yeah, I do. I feel like Walter White.
Sure.
Really? All right. So anyway, go to warbyparker.com/off-topic to order your free home try-on kit. And if you can't decide on a pair, you can download the Warby Parker app, available for iPhone and iPad, and create a video of you and your home try-on frames, which you can easily share with friends and family to help pick a winner. Once again, that's warbyparker.com/off-topic. Go check it out. Seriously, I've been wearing Warby Parker for like 3 years now, so maybe more than that.
Yeah, you
so.
have.
Anyway, good glasses.
I feel like I don't look good with the glasses.
I haven't
but
worn
think I
glasses
need
in a
them.
while, but I mean that is
Do you
super
not
convenient.
contacts? Nothing?
No, nothing.
No.
But
He's
I
just
feel like
flying blind. Every day.
I feel
gets
like I
worse.
might need them soon. I really suck now, and I think it's just because this job has ruined me. Because
Sure,
whenever I play games or whatever at
Emotionally,
this job,
physically,
I have
all
the
of it, yeah.
screen right here, right? So at home, if I'm playing a game on my big screen sitting on my couch, I like can't see shit.
Yep.
Like it's
You're
like I can't
losing focus?
exactly, you know. And it's like I don't know if it's just because I'm so used to having a screen right here that maybe it's just like that's ruined it for me.
We can't focus. You get some Adderall. You're fine.
Oh, I need to stock up.
Dials
on
it in.
Crush it up. Put it right in your ass.
Freebase.
So someone said Jeremy should do the off-topic theme on a trumpet. Think you figure that out?
Okay, well, straight up, that's the on the spot.
Yeah, I was
That
gonna
is on the
say
spot.
that
On the
might
spot.
be wrong.
Sorry.
Wait, did they say on the spot or off topic?
They said off topic.
I think
They
they
said
said
off
on the
topic,
spot. No,
okay.
I think they said on the spot.
On the spot. Okay,
Yeah,
I said it
okay.
wrong.
I read that one. Yeah.
Justin, thank you very much for
I
that.
could
idea.
learn it. I could definitely learn it. If someone gave me the sheet music for it, I would definitely be able to play it.
What?
Nothing. I got nothing.
I got nothing.
I was reading the hashtag and there was nothing, and then it cut to me and I realized I was on camera. Hey, did you guys watch SpaceX yesterday launch a rocket again
I
and
watched it with
land
you,
it?
Jack.
Fucking awesome.
Fucking
very
get to
cool.
Mars already. I'm sick of
Occupy
this.
Mars, Occupy Mars. So so this is actually a SpaceX shirt I bought. I was at Kennedy Space Center in Florida this past weekend, so I went out there and bought this shirt.
Gotcha.
To support SpaceX. So yeah, SpaceX, they launched a rocket and they basically sent a satellite into space, landed the rocket on a barge in the ocean, took it back, cleaned it up, put gas in it, and launched another satellite into space on the same rocket.
Nice.
First time that's ever been done ever, and it happened yesterday.
Awesome.
Nice.
What kind of discount you think they gave the second payload? Like,
It was like $20 million.
It's probably not going to blow up, right?
It was like $20 million.
There's a higher
honestly.
insurance premium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's the
I
idea.
don't think they insured the second one. They're like, fuck it, it goes up or it doesn't.
If it goes, it goes.
Because like it's something like I want to say like 80% of their cost goes into that first stage, and so if they can reuse it over and over again like that I think
Way
they said
more cost effective.
it's like 100-fold cost effectiveness.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy how much like that will save them in the future. And this is the company that's going to take us to Mars, or at least one of the companies that will take us to Mars. So I'm very, very proud of SpaceX. That is fucking awesome. That is like people ask me if Rooster Teeth were to fall apart and just not exist anymore, what would you do? 100% I would try to get a job at SpaceX.
Sure.
You think you can land it?
I don't
Definitely think
know
they would
what the
have
fuck
you.
I would do.
Oh, you guys want me to play games for you? No, get the fuck out of here.
I can tweet for you. But yeah, I have no idea what I do there. But that's what like I would try to find.
You
a
ever
job
thought
at
about
SpaceX.
doing
Don't worry,
live
I'll-
events? For
Ironically,
SpaceX?
Trevor probably could get that
I'll
job.
get the
I don't know
in,
about you.
and then I'll
That's
get
true.
you like a presenting. You can host
There you
all
go.
the
There
all
you
the
go.
launches.
There
No,
you go.
they have a good team. They got I think Josh and Kate and I forget their name, but they have a whole team. Like they do broadcasts now for every single launch they do. It's fascinating. So if you can, you should watch SpaceX. It's youtube.com/SpaceX. They always broadcast live. The next one is
And
April,
by the way, if you're
April
watching
16th.
this, you can.
Yeah.
Right.
If you
Yeah.
can, if you have the
That's
means
sort of a
to watch
barrier for
things on
entry
the
there.
internet, you can do this.
I think their next launch is April 16th, and so I think it's a return to launch site one. So they'll launch
How
a
far-
satellite into space, and it'll literally turn back and land on.
Where are
land.
we from right now? How far out from Mars are we?
So they're going to launch the Falcon Heavy, which is the first kind of like the next generation rocket
Fat
later this
Falcon.
year.
No,
That
Shut that fat falcon.
and then I think next year they're working on the BFR, which is the big Falcon rocket.
Okay.
Sure it is.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's literally and so that I think that's next year. But basically by 2022 they're going to send the first rocket
Love the
out
big
to
Falcon
Mars.
gun.
With no one
Right,
on it.
yeah,
Sure.
And
Oh,
then
Falcon
2024, I think it's like every 2 years they have a window.
Okay.
And I think 2024 they want to send someone out there.
Wow. Okay.
And the idea is like send supplies and shit on the first one. It's
Yeah.
Martian. Yeah, the Martian.
Matt Damon.
Yeah, where they send supplies out
Matt
and then get
Damon.
there and put it all together.
Gotcha. That's awesome.
So
he survived.
I love
We'll send
space
him.
stuff. It's fascinating. So.
Matt
Now your
Damon.
show is just
Oh,
called.
there we go. There's the feed from yesterday. So
Oh,
that's,
there
that's stage 1 and 2 separating. So what you see on the left side of the screen is the top of stage 1, and you can see stage 2 taking off, and on the right is stage 2, that's the one that has the satellite, which continues off. And you can see it on the right side there. You can see the other one. The one on the left, it then turns
You see
around
it break the
and
sound barrier
lands
there.
on a barge in the ocean. You can see the grid fins there where they go out and actually positions itself to land on a barge. It's fucking fascinating. It's the stuff those guys are doing, and it's also it's an hour north of Austin is like a lot of their test stuff because they have McGregor, which is their test facility where they develop the technology to actually land a rocket like over and over again. And then 5 hours south of Austin in Boca Chica, they're building a launch site, so they're gonna be launching people to Mars from Texas. And
So you gotta
South
be on
Texas.
one of those.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
Be awesome.
See you, Jack.
I would love it. I mean, we're probably a good 20 to 30 years away before just anyone can buy a ticket to go to Mars. But I mean,
No, we gotta be
No.
further than
Fine,
that,
I'll
right?
go to Mars in my
We'll
50s.
we'll
I'll
see.
be ready.
Space travel's like video games. We're like, oh no, it's coming out spring 20. I'm like, all right, I'll play that game in 2020.
As
All
soon
right.
as they start
Here's the
putting,
thing, you don't want revision 1 of space travel either. You want to get at least a revision 2 or 3.
I'm gonna say
You guys go beta test
Yeah,
space
yeah,
travel for
yeah.
me. I'll get there.
Check it out.
We're gonna
I mean,
see-
you're still going to die of cancer.
We're gonna see a human.
immediately.
We're gonna see a
a lot of
human on
radiation.
Mars
That's sort of an
before
issue.
2030. I can almost guarantee you we're gonna see a human on Mars before 2030.
well, as soon as it hits Epcot, it's going to be reality. So then they'll have to change it up again.
See, here's the problem. Last time we did that, no one thought it was cool, and they just stopped going.
Well, that's the thing now. I mean, SpaceX is doing shit that like no one else has done before. Literally, no one has launched.
There's a lot more to
an
find out on
orbital-
Mars,
An orbital
though.
rocket
Yeah.
and landed it and done it again. There's a company in Texas actually called Blue Origin that has done it where they go straight up, cross into space, which is they break the atmosphere, they get into space and then land and then do it again. They did that first, but this is the first time anyone's done an orbital launch, which is actually sending something and putting it into space and leaving it there. So. It's fascinating.
It's cool.
could
No,
talk-
it's very cool.
I love the idea of space.
That's
I love-
very different than going to Mars, though.
Oh yeah, it is very different. But they are making they've made the first.
These are the steps.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
the 10 steps, they've made the first 6.
Right.
Like they're on their way, and they're quickly pacing. Like they're increasing the pace very very fast to actually do it now. So
Going to
now-
Mars would be like, I think you'd land there, the guy would get off the shuttle, and for the
Look
first
around and-
hour or two
Yeah.
would be like, this is fascinating, and then would be like, the fuck do I do
There's
here?
not a
like,
This
God,
is the rest
like,
of my life, almost dying.
this
at
is
every
Where's the
turn.
McDonald's? Where's the Starbucks?
Yeah.
like,
Where's
I-
the internet?
I
I got
forgot.
no-
I don't have my caffeine here.
What do you see up there?
there's
Red.
rocks,
More
there's
red
rocks,
dust.
red
A lot of
dirt.
red dust.
Like the dirt's red.
right.
There's a lot going on Mars. I mean, there's like it's not water flows, but it's like
Yeah.
sludge flows. I mean, there's a lot to like investigate. So I mean, their day to day would just be a
It's like
lot
a
of
roll around the
experimenting
mud
and
on
looking
Mars.
at like samples and stuff. I mean,
I'd get
How
filthy in Mars mud.
Much
yeah, you rolling
Like
around.
the other people on my space shuttle be like,
Porn.
God,
Might-
like, wipe your feet.
How much
you might
porn?
get, you might get
How
instant
much
cancer.
porn do you take with you to Mars?
Great question. Great question. How much porn?
Yeah.
Do you think they could get
I only
Pornhub
need
to like,
I only
spot,
need
like
one
here's
piece
our
of porn,
drive?
and that's a mirror.
I feel like you could get by with 12.
12.
And there's one for every
What?
month, and you cycle them back and over and over and over again, and then you get supply drops every few years. They give you another 12.
We just update you. Okay.
I mean, there is a link back to Earth from Mars. I mean, we have a rover up there right now that's still sending shit to us. It'd be really slow.
See the quality of the
It would be
images that come back, it's
56K, like,
Yeah,
like I
I remember when I'm trying to download
down.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen images, like,
one line at a time. And your request comes back. What was it? Is it 8-minute round? No, it's longer than that.
That's to the sun from here.
It's
8
8 minutes to the sun.
Yeah.
What's the
It really-
turnaround
but
time
from-
on-
but from
Well, it
Earth to
depends.
Mars.
It depends where Mars
It-
is.
also
Because if we're
depending on
close,
where-
that's one thing. But I mean, at some point, Mars is on the
It
other
could
side
be
of the
further
sun.
away from us than the sun. Right?
Yeah. So,
I don't know the distance
Yeah.
off the top of my head.
some fucking planetary.
Some rocket.
Listen,
Sandwich
I
you
focused on arrows. So.
Anyway, like
Okay,
that
well, that's
like that's the kind of
distance.
shit that's like gonna push humanity forward, and that's the kind of stuff that I'm very, very fascinated by. And it's like that, and like electric cars, and autonomous vehicles, things like that. Like that's the
Switch.
kind of stuff that
Elon's
is
No,
on that,
Jack,
like,
shut
that
up. Coal.
cutting edge.
Coal's where it's at.
We gotta go back.
Future of America's coal.
please, it's
Clean
clean
A
coal.
lot of coal jobs coming back. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Clean coal.
No such thing.
Clean.
No such thing.
Anyway,
Bitches.
yeah, and shale, which is fracking, but whatever, no big deal.
Clean coal's in the ground. There you
Yeah,
go.
clean coal in the ground. Anyway,
Clean.
so, but yeah, I was thinking about the other day. You know that we have autonomous cars, right?
Yeah.
Like we're
Yeah,
getting
sort of.
cars now that
Yeah, there,
can
yeah.
basically drive themselves.
Yeah, Google's got.
Why don't we have autonomous planes? Like, why is no one looking into that?
We kind of
I mean,
do
because we
though.
haven't figured out cars yet. And
Yeah,
that's
but- yeah, but
that's the why.
But I mean,
a
honestly,
large part of what plane like flying is, it's automated.
yeah.
Yeah.
this
I
is
mean,
the-
like the pilots will take it off. They'll like maintain control.
don't
like
have
it's
to,
a
though,
lot
right?
of it's
Here's
just
the parts I'm most worried
computer.
about: takeoff and landing.
Okay, but do you trust a human versus a computer that has has sensors everywhere and knows
Yes.
every detail? Really?
I do.
I
trust
really
people.
don't.
I trust people.
I
like
really
people.
Don't what people or
like a
computers?
plane can sense every input that
Yeah.
it has across the whole surface of the plane instantly to understand what it needs to do. Yes, of course, electronics can always fuck up, but humans consistently fuck up with a higher percentage.
This
But
is,
they don't
back
have
to,
an
this is
intuition.
back to the autonomous car argument where you see all the things of like, oh, there was an accident with a car, and it's because a human fucked it up. And it's similar to, like, have you ever heard this, the black box or whatever, off of the, I want to say it's like a Turkish Airlines, but it might have been a different thing, but where the pilots brought their children in and like letting them
Oh,
fuck
yeah,
with
yeah.
it, and they push it down, and then the thing starts freaking out, and they start trying to correct, and it's just, all they had to do
It's
was,
like, no,
all
stop
they had to
that.
do was push back, and autopilot, because autopilot was trying to
Yep.
correct what they were doing wrong, and they don't.
Are you
they
talking about
fucking
the one that
crashed
like
thing.
there was like a huge deal where like a plane was going from Brazil to like France or something like that, and like it went down, and it was because human error intervened with the autopilot.
Yeah, it was
and
like getting in the
just,
way
like-
of the autopilot. Autopilot's
Yeah,
like,
it
I know
was
what
like-
to do. Stop touching this.
Yeah, yeah.
Which
So-
makes you wonder why there isn't a moment there where the autopilot just slaps the hand.
You know what? No,
Just
we're
stop
not
it.
listening anymore.
like
Here's
needles
the
just come out of the wheel. Just stop it.
You just need to- they need to put self-preservation in the thing. Like,
I mean-
no, fucker, come on!
Give it AI, right? I was like, I'm not listening to you.
I want Ryan to write an AI like, no, fucker.
But if you think about it, like an automated plane, like an automated pilot, think about that, like where you could put seats on the front of the plane and just cover it in glass and be able to sit at the front of the plane as it takes
I'll
off.
pass on the glass.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Glass.
I think that'd be pretty cool. Like, I mean, because really, like you said, like the hardest part of flying is takeoff and landing, and it's like if you can get a computer to figure that shit out, all right, literally, it's like, all right, hit a button, there goes the plane. All right, no pilot on it. You have to worry
It's
about
just that whole thing though of like, you know, all these places that have like the USB on it, and you put the USB in. That guy that was like, he hacked into the
Yeah.
why like that. We're not there yet. We're
Yeah.
getting there. We're
I don't
getting
think,
there.
I don't think the limitation is technology. I think the limitation is people accepting that. Why?
Sure.
Like most people won't walk onto a plane that is 100% controlled by. Like I talked to my parents, well, like my dad specifically, and I'll talk about like it'd be great if cars could like all communicate with each other instantly, because then at like if you're at a red light and then it goes green, technically they can all instantly just go at the same time.
Right.
And they
Yeah,
could be
yeah.
bumper to bumper.
No
and you
more
could do
people
other
fucking
things, maybe
with
you
it.
It's like-
supervise, but like they don't trust it.
That's the thing with robotic cars. When people talk about fully automated cars, they're not like 100% feasible until everyone has it.
Exactly.
exactly.
You know, and
Exactly.
it's like that's and no one's gonna be able to afford shit like that. You know?
So it's
Well,
like
not
the
yet.
barrier to
Not
entry
initially.
is tough.
Not initially. But
It's
I mean,
like-
eventually
and then the
it's gonna
people
get to a
who
point where it's
have
super cheap.
robotic cars are not getting anywhere fast. Like, you know, the
You
cars are
just
like,
need
I'm
one
gonna stick
generation to kind of
30.
fade
I'm
out.
gonna do the speed limit here.
I'm gonna stick the, like, I'm not speeding. Excuse me.
You
I'm
can ride
a
up my
robot.
asshole.
I like how our
robot.
robots are. You and I are both like, whoa, I'm your granddaddy here.
back
Why
the
are we
fuck
getting
up.
ahead of ourselves?
I'm driving here.
Why are these yahoos in the turn lane? I'll wait. Don't worry
I'm
about
gonna
it.
do
Why you
60
in a
on the
rush?
highway. Fuck that.
It's dangerous.
That's
What do you
dangerous.
think?
This guy's broken down. I'll wait. It's like, you
We
know,
better
it's
pull
just
over and call the authorities.
Like, right, yeah. It's just like, God damn it, robot car. Like, just drive.
Fucking get me to the
Get
airport.
me there.
Here's
Have
the
you-
thing, though. Oh, go for it.
Well, I was gonna say, speaking of robot, like it's just sidestep. Have you ever like seen? Like I took a it was like a survey, and it was saying like, what would you prefer a robot do in X situation? If someone in a specific situation were guaranteed to
Oh,
die.
I know this one. We did a
Right.
topic about this on
Like,
Game Over Greggy Show.
if someone's-
kindoffunny.com. Please come help us.
But like if you know, like a car's coming up to a crosswalk and someone's just
Yeah.
crossing illegally, or if the car like there's a malfunction and like it can't brake and it's going to hit somebody, does it swerve?
It
in,
was
like
the one of
minimal...
like, there's all these people in the crosswalk.
Sure.
There's like 14 people in the crosswalk, or there's this barrier
like-
and there's 2 people in the
yeah,
car.
there's- yeah,
Do you want the
exactly.
car to plow, and it knows there's been a critical failure.
Do you aim
plow through the people
for-
or plow in there and kill you or kill the people?
Is it? Do you go legal route? Do you go like so? It's like these are the rules. Those people die, or do you like minimalize casualty? Like how does that go?
I have bad news, occupants. You almost die.
Brace for death.
I've had to make a decision. You
Also,
won't
how-
like it.
Calculations
How much
indicate you will
suicide
die.
will occur from people jumping in front of robot cars? You know people are gonna do it.
Well, robot cars, like theoretically,
They'll- they should
they'll
stop.
stop
Would it be a
someone and
murder?
slow it down.
They
They
see
won't
it
see it
in their
coming.
eyes. They're like,
Would
there's
you be,
one.
He's unbalanced.
would it
His
be a
girlfriend just
suicide,
broke
or
up
would you
with
be
him. Yeah.
murdering the occupants?
At that
If-
point,
if
yeah.
you
And
know
I'm
that
not
it's
driving.
gonna
No, the
destroy
robot
thing.
killed him.
The robot car taps
That's the
into your
thing. No,
web
no, no.
history and it's looking into things. It's like
If everyone knows that it is programmed to preserve the life on the street over the life of the occupant, then you could kill somebody by
yeah,
just like
there'd be tweaks
fucking
that would
step
make.
in front of you.
like off the cliff, like wedge it.
Here comes the president. You
Well,
step
that's the
in
thing.
front,
Have you
like,
seen
how's that
there
work?
was a Reddit video going around the other week of the guy who put down like he called it a witch's circle of like salt and trapped the car. Did you see this? Because what
Like
it
a
was is
slug.
that he knew they were testing the self-driving cars, and so what he did is he put down a circle that was the dotted line of white paint, and then inside the circle he drew the white solid line. So the car entered knowing that it could cross a dotted line, and then it went in and it just stopped. It was like, I can't leave. I'm surrounded by white road lines. I can't leave.
Wow.
And it just sat there. And he had this video of it coming in and just like,
And
That's
you
like
know,
future
like
plans.
people will figure that shit out about robot cars and be like, I'm gonna fuck with this robot
Yeah.
car. They're
what's up,
gonna
everybody? Look at my prank channel. I'm gonna show you right now. I'm fucking up the robot car.
I'm gonna fuck with this robot car. They're gonna Wile E. Coyote a dotted line into the building. And like, like, all right, this is a
Yeah.
road. I
No,
guess.
that's great. That's good. I got a solution for you there.
That's
Okay.
good. No.
No, this is good.
We solved the problem.
I mean,
Hold on.
we're maybe, having autonomous cars is going to eliminate some jobs. Like, you don't need driving instructors anymore, right? I mean, there's a whole bunch of people that kind of depend on people being shitty drivers.
Okay.
What you do is you take those people, you make the cars are all networked now, and if it runs into a situation where it's like, it just calls up and someone solves it for it. There you go.
Yeah, I'm going
Or
around
the
95
person
miles an
sitting
hour
there.
right now. I see somebody who wants to commit. Oh, whatever. We're on. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. We're good.
That sort of thing's over. But when the car hits a stop and it's like,
Hey, I'm trapped in a white circle.
Yeah.
or the white circle. There you go.
Michael says hi, by the way. He says hi.
Oh,
He
hey.
says Game Over Greggy looks really nice right now. He
Thank
says,
you,
he
Michael.
said-
Looking
I miss
great.
you.
He says, tell Game Over Greggy I said hi. He looks nice.
Oh, nice
Right.
guy. Nice guy.
He's
Look
off
at that.
filming right
Does
now.
he? Does he?
No, he's got the day off. He was bitching about having the day off and people wanting him to do stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he's at home. Have fun at home.
Do you?
He's watching.
He's working
He
on
knows
the weekend,
about the
so,
$5.
Yeah. Yeah, Michael, they're filming like Sunday through Thursday, so he's filming.
He's on.
whatever the audience knows, they would hold me to it. If you had a robotic car, would you iRobot it and give it the option to assume manual control of the car? Like, remember in that?
Like, I can
There's
jump
no
in
way
and
you
intervene.
sell that car without that function right now.
It has to have
yeah,
that
yeah,
function.
100%.
Right now, definitely. In the future, when those cars are
Oh, here
probably
it
going
is.
200
Oh,
miles an hour,
This
pass.
is the wicked
Oh
circle.
shit!
The wicked circle.
I'm just a robot car driving down the street. Oh,
Oh, no problem here.
What the fuck do I do?
Wait a
What do
minute.
I do with my life?
Uh-oh.
Thinking.
This is where I die. This is where-
Does not compute.
Start smoking. Yeah.
Pours
It's
out of
like
it.
trapping a cat in tape. Like,
Oh shit! I'm in over my head.
Well, the thing though about it going old man style and just driving slow as fuck, here's the advantage though.
we
You
go.
don't give a fuck because you're like playing on your phone.
Exactly.
You're
In the
watching a
future,
movie.
ideally,
Car can
the
do whatever
speed
the hell
limit
it
goes
It's similar
up.
like when I'm in an Uber
Yeah.
and I'm like, this doesn't seem like the normal way home, but whatever.
Whatever.
Well, I'm not gonna argue with him. He's the guy.
I mean, that's what we do on trains. Like, you hear people
Yeah.
like New York who live in New Jersey that work in New York that take like an hour train ride in the morning, but they read the paper. They do, do homework or they do work.
They read the
It's true,
paper.
but that's
They're from
just I wanna get
1950.
there.
Well, you don't have
I know, I'm
cell
fucking
service underground. So I mean, that's the idea. It's like it gives you free time, do whatever you want. Fuck, take
Yeah.
a nap if you want. Like,
I would
don't care.
hate though to sit in an automated car that's driving me somewhere and be thinking to myself,
I could be
I could get there faster than what this car is doing right now.
You figure though the fix would be, but it's what you're talking about. Is that
Thing should be
once
if everyone had it.
everyone gets them, it'll get better and better and better. But it's gonna
Yeah.
start off slow.
I still say I think I've said it before, but my favorite thing that I'm looking forward to, but the idea of getting like hammered downtown some night and like
Sure.
car come pick me up and you get in your car like I want to go to Disney World. Oh.
Hey, where? Christ, that's awesome. I never thought about
Yeah,
that.
and then you wake up in Louisiana, you're like, oh shit, I'm
got like a
8 hours
safety
away from
check or
home right
something.
now.
Well, I just remember Time Cop when he climbs in the car. It's like home, and I was like, oh man, like we'll ever get that future. And then we're like so close to that future.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
fuck.
That'd be great if the car, if you were like, take me to Disney, and it like stuck out a breathalyzer.
Yeah, it's like, are
You like
you
blew into
sure?
it and it was like, taking you home.
Yeah, yeah.
Jack, I cannot issue that command.
You got
You've
me,
had too many
car.
jerk
I'm sorry,
jokes.
Jack. I'm
I
want to
go see Greg in San Francisco. And it just drives away. So.
It dies halfway there. You're in the middle of the desert somewhere.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Well, theoretically, they'll be able to go and like recharge themselves along the way.
Wow.
So yeah, there's
Crazy.
there's some cool shit. Like,
Yeah.
Elon Musk is my goddamn hero. Like
Have
he,
you seen-
he is like one Persian cat away from being a Bond villain though.
Sure.
Like, that dude. He's
He's going the good route.
Yeah,
You know, at
as
any
of
point,
right now.
turn.
As of right
He
now.
used his
yeah.
powers
He's
for
just
good.
one bad day away.
Yeah, yeah.
The old DC
So.
route.
Yep.
One bad day.
This is off topic. However.
This is.
Thanks
this
for-
is
I
as
gotta say,
off-topic
I
as
like
it
Greg because Greg like obviously does this stuff for a living, and you can see that he's like fronting to the camera all the time.
Oh yeah, you know how to do it. You gotta
that
go,
right
you gotta
shoulder.
do this. Where's
Yeah,
this
you gotta
happening?
show
How
that
you
show
doing?
that shirt
Hey,
off.
It's
That
me,
hey,
it's
this-
Greg. Pretty
that-
sushi. Kindafunny.com
Store up.
store.
Yeah, there you go. So
We got a new shirt coming up. I modeled it earlier. Got some other stuff.
you got a new shirt.
Yeah.
What's the new shirt?
It's gray. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's
Did-
just
did
all
anything-
gray. It's just gray.
We're trying to figure out
solid
how we can sell. Have you seen the Kevin Grandma shirt?
Hmm.
Kevin has a shirt that is it says "with love from your grandma," and then it's a photo of his grandma, and his grandma very much alive. She's so self-aware that she printed this shirt and gave it to him, and now we want to sell it. We're trying to figure out how to get it down because of course you can't have that many colors on a
Yeah,
t-shirt.
yeah.
Da, da, da,
I
da.
mean, does Grandma get a cut? Or?
Fuck no. Right now,
Fuck
the
no.
best
Time with
solution
fun.
we have is that what we want to do is at Kinda Funny Live 3 have an ironing board in the back and a bunch of printouts and have Grandma there, and then everybody brings their own black T-shirt and she just irons it on.
that's
and then
awesome.
everybody goes $40. Kinda Funny Live.
But seriously,
But seriously, bring your fucking black shirts and your money.
There you go.
KindaFunny.com/KFL3.
Man.
Let's see. Let's see what people are talking about right now. Y'all excited for Destiny 2? I mean,
Hell yeah.
Sure.
I'll
Very
play
excited.
it.
Ryan with a
It's coming to
resounding.
PC. It's coming to the PC. We should stop doing Xbox and PS4 and just play
But we're
PC
achievement
games.
hunters. We gotta get achievements.
You get
Damn
achievements
right.
on Steam,
Singular.
Steam titles.
Oh, Steam achievements. Oh boy.
That's
Oh,
achievements.
I got a cool training card, guys.
Oh man, I can't wait to try.
All I know is that you can do
worth
4K on
15
PC
cents.
right now, and you can do 1080p 60 on some Xbox One and PS4 games.
Who the
just
fuck
don't
cares?
care.
You gotta control. It's
That's the
better.
thing.
No more drivers. No more keyboards. No more mice.
I just want to do it with my mind. I want to Charles
that
Xavier
is the
everything.
thing. That is the thing with me. Whenever like I play on Xbox and I'm like, oh wow, this doesn't look great like compared to PC, really,
Yeah.
because I play on both. But then it's like when I'm on PC and I'm like,
Your Destiny 2 trailer.
why won't this start? Like,
Yep.
why isn't this running correctly? It's like, oh, because this
All right,
isn't
so
working.
I've
and
got
this
to
isn't
update the
updated,
graphics
and then-
card, I think, and there's this driver I need to go get.
And it's like, oh, and then there's this new game out that it's out for the Xbox One and the PC. It's like,
the
I want to
things
play it
you
good on
weigh.
the PC, but I don't have a good enough PC to do that, so I got to update this. And,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like, but then on Xbox, it's like, I can just put it in. It doesn't look as good as it could,
But it
it
runs.
just works.
But
From
yeah,
a-
but what about when the game has an
Eh,
update,
sometimes
or
it
when
doesn't.
what about when the system has an update and everyone's trying to download that update? I mean, there's less things, but there's things to weigh for like what
There
you want out
is,
of it.
but
I
it's
mean,
like what the other thing I love about it is like when there's a multiplayer game, it's not like the people. It's like I'm playing against people on a multiplayer platform that are all playing the exact same way that I am with the exact same setup.
Sure.
Whereas on PC, it's like you could be playing a multiplayer game and then this person has this graphical setting going on, this one going on, where he might be able to see a little bit better in this like multiplayer setting. He's got this mouse.
there's
he's got this
advantages.
thing.
Yeah,
It's like there's
See,
too
I
much.
see what you're saying.
I don't like the variables.
I understand that. My thing is, I hate competitive multiplayer. I like cooperative multiplayer, but I don't give a shit about competitive multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't matter to me at all.
Yeah,
like,
right.
if I'm
So
gonna
you're
play,
there for the campaign.
exactly.
for the
If
game.
I'm playing Destiny 2, I'm playing the PvE portion of
Sure,
Destiny 2.
100%,
I'm gonna play the raids, and like if you have a great machine, awesome. If you have a shit machine, I don't care. I'm gonna play on mine, and then whatever you have, I don't care. But if I'm playing, I understand what you're saying about like competitive. Like if you're playing Call of Duty with someone who's got a an SLI 1080 Ti rig versus your like 480 or whatever, it's like
Sure,
okay, that's
totally.
one thing.
I know all those references.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
But I mean, like, there's obviously a disconnect there.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
like, well, that sucks for you. But if you want to play that, do it on the console.
Yeah.
But-
Right.
Also,
and-
if
I'm
you put a
about-
game in your console and it runs like shit, that's it.
Yeah.
That's how that game's gonna be.
Yeah, exactly.
For everyone.
For
Yeah.
everyone,
Yeah.
forever.
Everyone.
You on your PC though, you're like, hey, maybe I just tweak this around a little bit. Now I can play it nice and clean.
And see, that is the core of the issue. Is that a PC gamer loves those problems, whereas I'm like, fucking work.
You're just here, yeah,
Can
casual,
I
get
have
in.
4 hours tonight to play a game. I
Yeah.
don't want to spend 30 minutes troubleshooting why this fucking isn't doing
Yeah.
overclocking and this, that, and the other.
I mean,
Yeah.
but then at least it runs.
Now, how many AAA console games are you playing though that are like that? Like, sure, Naughty Bear sucks dick, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
It happens.
nobody's fixing Mass
Look
Effect.
at Breath of the Wild right now. Look at Mass
What?
Effect.
Oh
look-
my! Breath of the Wild, really?
It's
Fight,
beautiful, but it
fight.
doesn't run great.
There's some frames here and there, but like whatever. I at no
That's
point
the
would I
thing
be
with
like,
me. I'm such a whatever guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, so this like lost a couple frames here.
Just
the
Cause
only-
3.
No, Just Cause 3 was the bad one. Like Just Cause 3
Yeah.
was terrible in
Yeah.
terms of like its frame
I
rate.
mean,
on
they
the-
got
on the
better.
console.
But I mean, like that. Like I played Steep on the Xbox One, then I played on the PC, and it's like, oh my god, there's such a world of difference between like playing on a console versus playing on a computer. It's like on a computer, it's like I can see details from like miles away. Where on a console, it's like, okay, well, it gets a little fog of war about a little bit further down. And so it's like that kind of stuff is like, once you start noticing it, then you start playing console stuff. Like, oh yeah, this
Right.
feels like the dumbed down version of a PC.
And like
game.
I play PC stuff, and I know people like. I mean, I love to just play stuff on my couch with my
Yeah.
console and stuff like that. I know people are like, "Oh, you just hook your PC up to your TV." It's like I'm not going to do
Steam
that.
big
because,
picture. I'm like, shut up.
Right? Yeah. Like
Fuck
just shut your mouth. And it's like
I don't need to see the details in
exactly.
Steam, 'cause
but
Steam
but
isn't
then
a
it's
good
like
game, and I didn't need to play
anytime.
it.
It's like anytime I try to play a game and it gives me some error or there's some driver that's not
Yeah.
doing what it's supposed to be doing or something that's not updated or like just try verifying the game or maybe uninstall
That
and
just
reinstall
means
it.
you didn't love your computer.
No,
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 it
that's true
doesn't.
though. The truth. This is the other big disconnect of the fact of the matter is if you are in the PC ecosystem, you're because whenever I bitch about drivers and all this stuff, like I ham it up a bit, but like for real, like, whenever I try to play a PC game, there's some fucking hoop I have to jump through of like, do I have to update the controller, blah blah, and it's. The reason is because I just never turn it on.
Yeah.
And it's the same the way people who don't turn on their consoles put in a console game like, oh my god, there's so many firmwares and shit. It's like, well, no, 'cause if you turn it on or leave it in rest mode, it's fine.
Yeah, like I turn on my PS4 right now. I guarantee you, I've got 2 gigs of updates that I haven't touched.
Just leave it in sleep mode. Jack.
No, that's fine. Saving energy.
We don't
Gotta save the
dabble on
planet.
that system
Save the
enough.
planet. We can't get to Mars yet.
What are you
Once
talking
we get to
about?
Mars,
We're
we'll
almost
fuck it.
there. We're gonna be there by 4:20:30.
I
Remember?
mean, any
We're
day
gonna be
now.
there.
Yeah.
Anybody will be able to
So-
buy a ticket. $100,000.
All right. Have you had any food yet? Have you had lunch?
No.
We should get lunch.
We should do that. That sounds
We should
great.
get lunch.
We got lunch
You had
yesterday.
Torchy's yesterday. I
Yeah,
saw.
but I'll never say no to Torchy's. You know
Have you
that.
been to P. Terry's?
No.
Oh, P. Terry's is good.
no.
We should take Greg. to
That's a
P.
burger
Terry's.
place, right?
should take-
It's basically it's a good
no.
version of In-N-Out.
Oh, okay. In-N-Out's good. Everybody.
Nice.
Well, no,
nice.
not
Talking to
better ways
California,
You've had
man.
P. Terry's.
Better version.
Well,
of In-N-Out.
I'm from Chicago, so I have no
Okay.
like. I didn't grow up with an allegiance to it.
No Portillo's
There you
here. I wish we had a Portillo's. That'd be
Goddamn
great.
right. If you want a Portillo's, what you got to do is order the food here more.
Really?
Because I once was drunk at a Portillo's. I lived the dream once at Portillo's, where we went there and had dinner,
I lived the
and
dream.
then just drank, had second dinner, and closed out Portillo's. And at
Nice.
some point in the middle
Are
section,
you a hobbit?
at some point in the middle of that, we were just sitting there drunk, and I'm like, and why isn't there Portillo's in San Francisco, blah, blah, blah. And like one of the ladies was having lunch. She's like, oh, I'll tell you why. Like we pick where to send the next Portillo's based on where the mail orders go to. And so LA gets a bunch of mail orders. That's why there's there's one in Buena Park and one wherever it is, and there's Indiana.
Wait, so they just like mail hot dogs to places? Is that what it is?
Oh, you can get the overnighted hot dogs, the beef, the tamales, the chocolate cake now. You can get it all overnighted. You cook it yourself, and it's
Yeah,
good.
I like Jack's face of. You piqued my interest.
Well, there used to be a hot
I'm
dog
on
place
board.
in Austin, like on Congress Avenue. That was great. It was James's Coney Island.
I thought you were gonna break my heart that Frank left.
No. Oh, Frank was still here.
Frank's
But,
great.
Frank is also
Frank,
Frank. Yeah, we used to go to Frank all the time.
Yeah.
Like when we had an office downtown, it's 3 blocks away from Frank. We
Those
go to-
poutine fries, come on.
Oh, dude, they're the
Dude,
best.
chocolate bacon there. Oh, so
They have the
Go to Frank.
the bacon whiskey.
we can totally go to Frank.
Have you had
What time is
remember
it?
the bacon whiskey? We had that.
Yeah.
It was like a
So
whole thing
fuck it,
where
let's go to Frank.
We had like a
All
couple
right,
of different
it's
drinks.
2 o'clock. Let's go to Frank. You guys want to go to Frank?
I'm gonna Frank?
For lunch, yeah.
Okay, I'll say yes, but then not actually go into the podcast.
You're like, let me get my wallet. And you just disappear.
Because
Business lunch,
we have to
lunch.
film the whatever after this, the post show. What's it called?
Oh yeah,
The
last call.
what-
Last call. So we have to film last call, and then I have to film $1 Million Butt thing a little later.
Do you really? What time do you leave?
I think I have to like feed Gavin shit or something.
What time?
Sure.
I don't. It's like
That's an opportunity you don't
3:30.
miss.
Oh, we'll get you back before 3:30. We'll get you back before 3:30.
Yeah?
From
Yeah.
downtown?
Nick's calling. Should I
Oh,
answer?
Nick, yeah,
Oh, yeah,
answer,
he's
answer.
here.
Put him on speaker.
Oh yeah.
Nick, it's Greg. You're on the Off Topic podcast, so don't say anything racist.
Greg, it's Nick. You're on the Kind of Funny Morning Show. How are you doing?
Wait, what?
What the fuck? It's still the morning show in San Francisco.
It's noon out there.
That's right. How's the weather in Austin these days? Tim was wondering.
It's a little warm.
It's warm.
Yeah. Hi, Nick. It's Jack from Achievement Hunter / Rooster Teeth. How are you doing?
Hey, Jack, how's it going?
It's going well. Are we cross-pollinating podcasts right now?
We're cross-streaming right now.
Are
We're
you-
crossing the stream, which I think is a good thing to do. I can't remember if that movie was good.
It is, because this show's going to end soon, and then you can go to twitch.tv
I
slash kind of
think
funny
there's
games.
laws against what's happening.
Or you can go to
right now.
RoosterTeethLive.com, buy tickets for Let's Play Live.
No, you can go to kindoffunny.com slash KFL3 and buy it. You'll be there.
Rooster-
You're going to come watch the Wonder Woman with me.
Rooster-
We'll hang out.
Rooster-
We should all go watch Wonder Woman together.
RoosterTeethLive.com. Go buy tickets for Tampa.
Just go to every live show.
Bye, love you.
Love you, Nick.
He's a good
Wow,
dude.
you are blowing up with. Oh, you had Twitter. You had Twitter like sending you messages. All right, we should wrap it up so we can go to Frank before Jeremy has to go to Let's Play Live or Let's Play Live before he has to go to RoosterTeethLive.com. Buy tickets to go to Let's Play Live. RoosterTeethLive.com. Go buy tickets for
to
I'm
every
very
event.
confused about it. There's so
Orlando.
many different
There's
URLs.
so
many
I don't
something,
know.
who knows?
Jeremy,
There's a show.
Jeremy, what is the moral of the story of this episode of Off Topic?
The moral of the story is if you eat too many bananas, that potassium will get to you.